Welcome to SNKronize. My name is James Chen. I'm joined once again by Mr. OlafRedland. How are you doing?
I'm alright. I
am in full James Bond villain mode right now. I don't know if you guys...
Apparently my hair is just doing whatever the fuck it wants.
Yeah,
whatever.
There's a cat definitely on the lap over here, and he is just in super friendly mode right now. So
he is having a time.
Yeah.
Well, DK unit just went ahead and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna steal their thunder. I'm gonna post it in there now before we even get a chance to talk about it." Man.
Yeah, and he's trying to dunk it again. So
dunk it on us.
Dunk it, yeah.
Dude, you have no idea how many times I've been told that I look like Max or that me and Max look related or something.
I mean, people have actually mistaken you as Max in events before.
A couple of times, because they don't realize how fucking tall Max is.
Right, yeah.
And my absolute favorite was meeting some of the staff in Japan of SNK. KK introduced me, and the person I was introduced to, because I'm not going to put him on blast, he's like, "Hi, nice to meet you." And he's like, "Dude, I thought that was Maximilian for a minute there." He's like, no. So, yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah.
And I'm sure, honestly, when me and Max, were doing things, much earlier, vanilla Marvel 3.
Before he's gone Hollywood and...
Before he got gigantic and was just big.
Yeah.
You know? I'm, thinking back on it, was probably actually worse back then, because me and him were both way skinnier, too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, the problem is all white people look the same, right?
Yeah, totally. It doesn't hurt that, now we both have, similar facial hair, too.
Yeah. You know? I still remember my brother watching, I told you the story, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, and he got all the characters confused because he was like, dude, they all look the same.
I mean, look, I love Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels, and half the time I can't just, tell some of them apart.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, no, Max has really been putting in work over the past year.
Oh, really? Oh, dang.
Yeah, he's doing really well for himself.
See, I need to fucking take care of myself, dude. I've gone the exact... You were saying yesterday...
Yeah, there's two kinds of people in the pandemic. Is the people who fell way out of shape and the people who started getting in shape.
Yeah, and the worst thing about it is when the pandemic started, I was, actually in the best shape that I had been in for a while, and now...
Well, yeah, I mean, you just came back from Japan. You walk everywhere.
Yeah, that's fair, too. That's fair. Oh, man. Yeah.
Also, just for what it's worth, Def Jam Fight for New York is a fucking sick-ass game. I'm so glad he's playing it.
I've never played it before.
It's so good.
I just know, CEO, it always has a really big side tournament, dude.
The thing is, it's a semi-wrestling game, in terms of its mechanics and controls.
Right,
it's not a wrestling game. It is the best wrestling game ever made.
Really?
Free. That game kicks so much ass.
I mean, is there just, a ton of strategy built into it? Is it... I mean, are the characters have different movesets, and is it balanced?
There's a bunch of... balanced is an asterisk,
right,
but
okay.
There's a really, well-established, highly detailed tier list and tells you, these characters are banned, these characters are, God tier, and then, and it scales from there. But also, the campaign of the game, you start with a, create a character from scratch, and you pick up different martial arts, which turns into skill trees, which then, okay, so I start with Kung Fu, but then I pick up, Drunken Fist, or then I pick up, Jiu-Jitsu. Well, now I'm this hybrid style, and it's the coolest shit.
See, this is exactly what fighting games need to do more of, right? This one-player kind of thing. Can you imagine if they, did a Soul Calibur-esque kind of thing in a Street Fighter game where you just pick a generic fighter and you can pick the special moves.
Dude, I still love Soul Calibur 3 for having at least 3 different styles that weren't characters, including Valeria, best waifu. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah. Because World Tour mode, they let you in Alpha 3, they let you build the different cancel abilities and stuff like that. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, no, so Soul Calibur 3, Valeria was the waifu who was a shopkeeper, and you got her fighting style, which was bladed boots.
Interesting.
Yeah. And MK's shit was hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, they that's just kind of what fighting games need to do a lot more of, in my opinion, and it's
Oh yeah, and by the way, also Fight for New York, the final boss is Snoop Dogg, who is entirely a KOF and Fatal Fury reference.
Are you serious?
Like he's dressed like Omega Rugal, and then you knock him out the window like he's Geese.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So whoever made the game clearly has fighting game love and knowledge, basically.
No, that game was fucking fire. And and mind you, like I'm playing this in like the early 2000s as a skinny white kid from Southern California who does not listen to rap music. So I was like, I don't even know who this guy is. Like I knew like 5 characters in that whole fucking game. So I got to kind of walk in blind with no preconceived notions. That game still kicks all the asses.
Right. Oh, thank you, Savior. Appreciate it. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't put out hope for a world tour in Street Fighter 6. But, you know, again, my only thing is that I just pray that with Nakayama and Matsumoto-san in charge of things, maybe. Because, I mean, it was such a glaring issue in 5. I'm hoping that they're like, we can't do that again.
Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like at the very least they're going to learn from Street Fighter V's criticisms.
Right. Mm-hmm,
you know, I'm not going to talk too much shit, but like there were a lot of criticisms for when 5 came out, and you know we can only assume that 6 will have some of those mitigated. I mean, they've already solved one problem.
Which one?
Some of the staff not being there anymore.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, I literally boycotted buying Melty Blood for exactly that reason. Just that reason.
Yeah.
Melty Blood's a pretty fun game, but I literally boycotted it because he was anywhere near it.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not fond. But regardless, so let's get to the normal news, and then we'll get to the advanced news.
Okay, sure. Wait, normal and advanced news? Are we doing
extra and advanced? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
extra and advanced.
Extra.
Yep.
Okay.
So Bitmap books.
Yes.
The KOF history book was available for pre-order this week. It started, was it 9 a.m. Pacific Monday morning? Pre-orders went up. So if you haven't bought it yet, you should probably consider doing that before they run out of them. I don't even know if there's any All-Star copies left or anything.
Right.
The one with the cool press the buttons shit.
Right.
And then one thing I didn't know, but I just, I bought the book because I'm going to buy it. And we definitely bought more than one, in fact.
Right. Oh, you got one for me. So
Yeah. We take care of our crew. The moment you buy it, like, you're just pre-ordering it. It ships at the end of the month, and you'll get it sometime after that. But the PDF comes the moment you purchase it. So it means that you don't have to wait for it to arrive to look at the content. And in fact, if you just are like me and you just like kind of having the physical copy and collecting it, you don't even have to open the book. You can just read the PDF and enjoy the digital copy and have, your mint condition book on a shelf. So kudos for that. But the fact that it's available immediately, like people have already been running through it, dissecting it. I'm a little behind the curve. I'm planning on looking at it more like over the next week and then talking about it more next week. But I'm kind of also giving myself an embargo to give it a week after the launch before I start digging into it to not spoil anything for anybody else.
Yeah,
and to encourage people to buy their own damn copy.
Yeah, and be respectful to 8-bit.
Exactly.
Right? You don't want to be like, hey, look, check out all the cool stuff. You know?
I'm not going to sit here and just like fucking upload screen caps of everything, But there might be one or two things and I'll be like, oh shit, we've got to talk about that. But I'm kind of like giving myself an embargo on that first.
I mean, hopefully it's worth it for you, Seiji-kun.
Dude, I didn't even know you could get a refund for it.
Wait, what do you mean?
Apparently you can refund the book and like cancel your order, but if you already downloaded the PDF, then they dock it out of your pre-order purchase, which totally fucking makes sense.
Right, of course. Yeah.
Fucking dude, brilliant of them to have that covered.
Yeah.
Actually.
And you can't get the whole thing back because of the PDF, basically.
And apparently, so that's what it seems like. Okay, but it is worth noting also that because it's like a digitally signed PDF, you have like 5 downloads per account. So if you fuck up after that, then you can't re-download it or something. But that's weird like DRM stuff that I honestly don't understand very well.
I wonder if they have that. Like if you download the special version for you, I wonder if inside the PDF somewhere they have like your order number and if it leaks.
So actually it says this version of the PDF has been compiled for your name. Because I definitely opened the file. I
Right,
definitely looked through
yeah.
and skimmed it because I wanted to turn to the Blueberry page.
Right, but it has
But
your info. Like
my name is on the page.
Okay, got you. So my PDF will have your name on there then.
I mean, maybe.
Just kidding. I don't care.
Yeah, I've really been thinking about picking up the Neo Geo one.
Just the straight up Neo Geo history.
And the only reason I'd pick up the Metal Slug one is if it includes Metal Slug Attack and Defense, because those are the mobile games, like the tower defense games.
Yeah.
And those have a bunch of new characters, and I love some of them.
What?
I don't know if K49 is in this book or not.
Oh, that's a good question.
The one I know for a fact that had the interesting exception was the KOF Encyclopedia. I don't remember the name of it because I own the book. I don't remember the name of it, but it has K49's page, and then his portrait is blacked out.
Oh,
we showed that like last year, I think.
It's just like
it's a black silhouette,
right? Yeah,
that's like it's him, but
like the character reveals that the character teases that they gave on their site, basically. Yeah.
So I'm curious about those books. One of my buddies might have already bought them, so I'll ask him about them before I like really know for sure. But definitely needed this KOF history one. It actually has a couple of pieces of concept art I'd never seen, but there were one or two of them I was like, I thought there'd be more concept art on this page, but But yeah, there's definitely some cool and unique stuff in there. And one of the big ones for me is I really want to read the interview with Xavi.
Who was that again?
Composer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did the music for 15. He did the music for 11. He's got a bunch of other ones, but like, I love the 11 soundtrack, and 15 is the most relevant one right now. So those are the ones I'm gonna name right off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, music composers got to be careful out there right now. So.
But no, Xavi has a long fucking legacy. The problem is he's one of those where I've only ever read his name, so I'm not even sure if Xavi is how you pronounce it.
Right, yeah, okay, fair
Could
enough.
be Xavier, but
how's it spelled?
SHA-V.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But it's Asanaka Hideki is his real name.
Okay, so that's just his handle, basically, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like the old days of Nin and stuff like that.
Hip Tanaka.
Yeah. I really like that a lot of the SNK staff and composers stuff still do like the handle, even though like we all know who they are now, and nobody else is doing that anymore.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy though. I mean, in this day and age, it just feels like everybody has that handle now, right? It's just
Bingus and Akimon.
Yeah. it's such a normal thing now that in the future we're just going to be calling each other by our own made up names instead of government given names. So
your online identity.
Exactly.
Although a little fun side note for you'll get a kick out of. So Bingus and Akimon, the Capcom artists.
Right, yeah, of course.
So the comic artist Joe Madureira, he started on X-Men. He did a lot of work for Image, did Battle Chasers. Like you heard about Battle Chasers Night War, the RPG that came out a couple years ago?
We'll say yes.
Sure. Okay. So, anyways, in Battle Chasers, one of his characters has two henchmen. Bingus and Akimon.
Are you serious? Oh, he
named some of his characters after them.
That's cool,
as an homage.
Dude. That's
like
cool.
A fun little kick there.
Right. That's awesome. Nice. Oh man.
Anyways, buy the book if you haven't.
I mean, someone in the chat earlier said that there are still copies available right now.
I'm sure. I mean, of the All-Star?
Of the All-Star one. There's still some All-Star ones.
Then you totally should do it.
Yeah. Well, dang, did they actually have a video on gamertag screen names?
Sounds about right. Everyone has a reason for it.
Yeah.
And actually, I was funny enough with Mike Ross coming back to Twitter. I definitely told a story to one of my friends about like the whole thing about like handles, and so like, and you have like the first name, air quotes, last name.
Oh,
and God, eventually Mike Ross had the Mike Ross Ross memes and shit like that.
I mean, it's so funny because you know what the crazy thing is? I can't even. Oh, it was the Greater Force was his original, which is original. Oh, dang, nice.
Fuck yeah.
Nice job, the male nurse.
I'd love to see.
But yeah, back in the day, he was the Greater Force. that was his original handle, and he like me has basically lost the handle, right? So I mean, I still have Chensor everywhere, but obviously Mike Ross lost all of his handles. He's just Mike Ross.
Well, I mean, in all fairness, like even when he really like came on the scene, he wasn't Mike Ross. He was that Mike Ross guy.
Yeah, I mean,
so he was already prepared for that eventuality.
Right, yeah, I guess it's true. But I also just feel like if your name is short, 2 syllables, you can't escape it, basically.
Well, I mean,
right?
and then you even had the one of Mike Ross.
Yeah.
Ross, you know. Like, he's just doomed. He's going to have so many jokes about his name for all eternity.
Oh, yeah. Yep, exactly. I made a Mike Ross pun on commentary one time with him, and he was really mad at me.
Dude, by the way, I'm super happy that the Mike Ross parody account followed suit.
What do you mean?
The MIEKRUSS. Mike Ross.
Oh, right.
The parody.
Russ or whatever.
Yeah. And then he eventually just went, sup? Because he'd been radio silent for so long. I was like, nice.
Oh, man. Yeah.
But no,
I was about to say, no, I mean, like, even guys like John Choi, like, you could never even get, he used to call himself, like, Choi Boy and stuff, and he's just John Choi at that point, so I feel like if your name is 2 syllables long total, then you're just done.
It still has to roll off the tongue, because mine's 2 syllables. That shit sucks.
Oh, yeah, I guess it's
you
true.
don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
My last name is 1 syllable, but it's also like 6 letters, and it's like, so, yeah.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, you do have the 2-syllable name, huh?
Yeah, but it just doesn't roll the same way.
Okay. As James Chen.
Yeah.
I mean, James Chen doesn't really roll
way better than mine. But it's not a John Choi, and it's not a Mike Ross.
Right, yeah.
Mike Ross, you can do it. You can say it fast enough to sound like 1 syllable.
Mike Ross.
Yeah, like when I was in elementary school, you have no idea how mad I was finding out that tire's 1 syllable.
Tire?
Tire's supposed to be 1 syllable, just tire.
Oh, not tire?
Tire, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's that kind of thing. You know, like, what the... Anyway, so, I'll open with the bad news of we're almost definitely not getting a trailer today. Because Maximilian is doing the first look tomorrow.
Right, yeah.
And I'm not jealous.
I'm sure.
No
I'm
problem.
sure.
I'm not jealous at all. I'm so butthurt. I want to press buttons.
Or at least start theorizing.
Yeah,
right?
like I was really hoping we'd have a trailer, and you know, with my luck, we're gonna get a trailer in like 2 or 3 hours. We're gonna be like, all right, that's enough, guys.
Trailer's out,
and then the trailer comes out.
I mean, the other question, so obviously Maximilian said tomorrow at 7 p.m. Pacific time, he's going to be doing a preview of Team Southtown.
Yeah, which is almost definitely going to be like he did for the Mark of the Wolves team, where it's pre-recorded.
But see, the question is now, is he actually going to be able to showcase any of the changes? Like, is there going to be any, like, patch note stuff? Or probably not, I would imagine.
I would say he's not going to have patch notes, and I would say that he's also probably not going to be able to reveal balance changes.
Right.
But I know that I am going to be watching all the footage like a fucking hawk.
Right.
To see if anyone has less than 1,000 health.
Oh. Well, I mean, if you don't get a chance to see, or maybe if they're in training mode and you can see the damage numbers, maybe that'll reveal it.
So that's something I'm going to keep an eye on. But, you know, they'll probably be universal anyway. And honestly, all 3 of those characters need to stay at 1,000 health anyway.
Right,
yeah. On paper, anyway. But yeah,
if there are system changes?
Yeah, well, that's why I was bringing up the health thing, is that if there's overarching system changes, then we can probably pick those out. But it's not like we're going to be able to know if Vanessa is more minus on block.
Right, exactly, yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but I mean, like, what if it's just like a character has a brand new special move or like a variant of the special move? Then this move all of a sudden became a crumple. What the heck, you know, kind of thing, right? So, I mean, there's still that... You know, Rick's tweet for Cabo Breaker.
I mean, I'm wondering if Shatterstrike's going to change. Because Shatterstrike is really good, but is very much like what it is right now, and I would not be surprised if it gets buffed by another frame or something.
Really buffed, huh?
Yeah.
Dang. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Matchmaking is definitely something we're going to talk about in a minute, but so the thing is, okay, so health values for characters is one of those. I like the fact that it's universal, but it's an easy way to adjust characters without over nerfing them.
Right, exactly.
That's what it comes down to.
And it leans into the archetype a little bit more, right?
Yeah, like I am totally down for Vanessa being broken but having Akuma health.
Right, exactly.
Totally here for it.
Exactly.
Let her be dumb.
Right.
Because she can't survive anything.
Yeah, exactly. And, as much as, it's easy to over nerf or over buff or make up for bad designs by changing their health.
Yeah.
But if it's something that's intended, for example, like it's hard to make the proper grappler archetype, if they, because grapplers are always, we're not that good, but we have a lot of health, so we can survive mix-ups a little longer than
big body
you.
grapplers.
Big body grapplers,
in games that aren't KOF.
Yes, exactly.
Let's qualify all of that.
Yeah.
Because big body grapplers are allowed to be good at KOF.
Basically.
I'm still glad Daimon's not in this game.
And it is nice to make a cool zoning archetype like Dalsum, but then just make him melt.
Yeah.
Or even Cammy now just being like ridiculously potent on offense, but that just means she dies really fast.
Yeah, give Mary 950 health instead of 1,000.
Yeah, my whole thing though, I've said this already, that if you do change the health, change the visuals on the thing, like actually show the ticks, like spread the ticks out properly, or even shorten the bar.
Yeah, just shorten the health bar.
Yeah,
because I want to know where the 950 cutoff is and whatever.
But honestly, if the shortened bar to them makes it that they think it looks ugly, then like I said, just start spreading the ticks to actually represent the health. So
and that's one option, is also increase meter gain when you're getting your ass whooped. So you have but the thing is that there's a range where that starts becoming too dangerous of a comeback factor, especially because a lot of players backload their teams with meter burners.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, we already are still seeing enough of. Oh, Ash touched ya! And giving Ash more access to meter might actually be a fucking problem.
That's Ash's whole character design, right?
Yeah, basically. But giving him more meter?
Right, yeah.
That's literally just a buff to Ash at that point.
Right, and honestly, getting a whole bar every time you get a new character is still pretty friendly as it is.
Yeah.
So.
It's still, I think, largely weaker than a majority of KOFs in the past, but I think it's actually in a really good spot for the most part.
Right. That's another good way to do it, honestly, that Laurenti Gustavo says, maybe you can do reverse meter scaling for super meter gain. The more damage you take, the more bar you get.
Well, that's what I was saying.
Oh, wait, what do you mean?
That you just don't gain as much meter getting your ass whooped right now as in some other games. And so buffing how much meter you gain by getting your ass whooped would
right. But that's overall. I'm just saying, if you keep getting hit by stray hits, it's the same as it is now. But in combos, as you take more damage, the multiplier starts to kick up a little bit, right? So that way, if they land a crazy 80% combo on you, then you gain more life that way. But if
so here's the thing, James, is that while you're not wrong, I'm going to remind you that this is you doing it again where you're overcomplicating an answer.
I know.
Because the thing is that there is a really cool element to that, is that it buffs zoners.
Right. Oh, because they won't give as much health, right? Yeah.
You're not going to gain as much meter fighting a zoner as you are, like, Chris.
Yeah, that's the hardest part, though. It's like, I feel like sometimes overcomplicating answers is kind of the only way to do it sometimes.
Yeah, to this day, we still don't completely understand Marvel 3's engine.
Right, exactly. We were talking about that yesterday on who was I talking to about that with? Oh, it was with Tubo, that we're still not sure if time attributes to hit stun decay in Marvel 3, for example. So But yeah, I mean, Dark Chaos says damage modifiers. Yeah, I mean that's the Samurai Showdown method,
and I mean KOF 11 did that. The problem is that then you start getting the weirdness in the UI, where you're gonna have 100 HP, but it doesn't mean the combo did 100 base damage.
Right. So if you spend your whole entire time going like, oh, this cool Kyo combo I do does 502 damage. I have a combo that does 502. So if I ever see you under that 50% mark, I know you're dead. Now that won't apply, right? So
I mean, it's not as bad as gut scaling, but it still falls into that UI is lying to you kind of thing to me. Like if you watch like, I think J.M. Crofts has been doing videos on Marvel 2 a lot lately and pointing out that all those characters have different defense scaling modifiers. And it's like, this combo does X damage on Magneto, but then, watch what happens when you do it to Sentinel and it's a fucking joke. Sentinel takes infinites, whatever. But it's just really awkward knowing that everyone has the same health, but the same combo isn't going to kill everyone.
Right,
and it's kind of annoying.
Yeah, so changing the health total and then having the ticks represent that is the old... Because if you change the health totals, the UI is lying to you anyway, right? Because if you just change the health totals...
and only the health totals.
Only the health totals, the UI is lying to you. If you shorten the bar or change the way the ticks look... then you have actual truth in that information. And I forgot what game it was. I swear there was a game that I remember seeing that actually just wrote your health in numbers.
Battle Fantasia.
Was it Battle Fantasia?
That's at least one game that does.
Didn't DNF Duel do that too?
I don't know. I didn't play it.
Yeah, but basically, that
it had like RPG stats.
Yeah,
and shit.
Like, you start, like, a lot of people are like, you know what, I mean...
Oh yeah, MK11.
Oh,
yeah, NetherRealm games do it.
Yeah, that's right. That might be the one that I'm just thinking of. Then MK11 does it. So, what's up, King49?
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, like for example, I remember saying this one time to, like, when I was learning Tekken and I was talking a little bit more to the Tekken community. I was like, I think I would just like it if counter hit message showed up and the punish message showed up on there. And a lot of them are like, no, that's not, like, that's part of the game is to react to the counter hits and all this stuff. And we're just, so here's the thing, and it's so funny too, because I actually gave a talk about this when I visited my friend in Arizona. He works he's a professor at the University of Advancing Tech, but he teaches game making. Like, he actually teaches people how to use Unity and all these other things and stuff like that. And so I visited him one time and he was like, you want to give a talk to my class? I was like, about what? He's like, make something up.
Oh, Lord.
I was like, okay. And so basically what I did, because I had just played that game. You remember the studio that made... Double Helix made Killer Instinct first, and then they got bought by Amazon, and then they were making that one game called Breakaway, I think it was, that was like demo...
Breakout, Breakaway, something like that. Yeah.
And then it just disappeared, right? Because Amazon just abandoned it. And I remember when I played it, they brought me in for a beta test for it, so we had a whole bunch of people there, like me and David were there, and a whole bunch of other, like, actually famous people were there, and my critiques to Filthy Rich, who was on the team at the time, was that we're in a different era now, right? We're in a different era where esports is a thing. This kind of information isn't always necessarily for the players. It's for the audience.
Yes.
And so at that talk at the UAT, I brought up this game without naming it or anything like that, because I think at the time it was still under NDA and stuff. But, I was saying, like, as a player, you've played it a bunch of times. You start understanding what elements you're looking for. Like, you could build...
Max is not lucky. He worked for it.
Yes. Yes.
Just gonna get that out
there. Yeah, he worked for it. The one thing I was like for example, in that game you could build encampments and things like that, were walls and blocks and stuff like that. And once you played the game enough, you can start recognizing them in your view. But if you're just casual, it's really hard to spot them.
Yeah.
And I was like, they need to be highlighted more. They need to have more popping colors and stuff. And so basically, I just kind of gave the talk that, when you're developing a game that's for esports now, you have to actually consider it being watched, not just being played.
Yeah.
And this is where a lot of fighting games come into the mistake.
Yeah,
right?
like if Tekken doesn't show you counter hits and then someone reacts and has the greatest play ever, it doesn't mean that anybody's watching knows that.
Right. And putting as many elements in there as possible helps too. Like writing punish, writing counter on the screen.
Remember how excited we were for Street Fighter V's cross-up prompt?
Oh yeah!
Oh my god!
Oh, Jesus! Oh yeah, TVC had the damage under there, but they multiplied it by about 1 billion on purpose.
Yeah, because anime.
Yeah. What was I about to say about the prompts and it's that's right. Like that's why I actually like Guilty Gear's counter. You know. Like, we don't even notice it anymore as players. You know what I mean?
Like, the first week was really jarring, and then after that, whatever.
I don't even see the combo meter. Like, I've watched the game, and this is all lessons of Marvel 3, because when Marvel 3 first came out and the trailers came out, I was like, what are these hit sparks? This is the most distracting thing ever. This is awful.
And I would like to say, I would like to tell you that you don't remember X-Men vs. Street Fighter and Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter.
Exactly.
Those hit sparks were huge.
Exactly. And that's just the thing, is that we get used to these things. And so, you know, doing this kind of stuff is very important. So in a fighting game, having it so that the UI doesn't lie anymore, you know, doing this. I even kept bringing up the example. I brought this up on the Tuesday show. I think I've talked to you about it before, right?
I mean, we talk a lot.
Yeah, that's the hard part. I can't remember. But, like, it's funny how fighting game players are so accustomed to this now that we don't even process it. But why is it that when we push the opponent into the corner of the stage, we actually just shove everybody to the side of the screen, and now basically 60% of the screen is completely unused, right? Like, if I made a fighting game today, I would actually make it so that there's walls on the stage, and as you get towards the corner, it would actually scroll more towards the center of the screen. Because it makes sense.
You should play Fatal Fury Real Bout.
Yo, I know, yeah. But the thing is, Fatal Fury Real Bout still kept you towards the side, right? Like, until it broke, then it scrolled a little bit.
But the thing is that the broken portion still took up a good 25% of the
right,
screen.
yeah.
So it actually gave you that, like, harder boundary.
And I think that's kind of what would be a better idea, because not only would you create a more claustrophobic feel, which is proper because whoever's in the corner needs to feel that way, but you're actually putting them into the center of the screen where people who are watching are going to see the action.
There are counterpoints to this, though. Is the visual cues, like, you know you're in the corner, because there are some games that, like, have tried to do that and it feels really awkward because it's so different. And then the other thing is world and level design. Like, you know what your max range is, and it becomes a lot easier to memorize, and it's a lot easier to frame for the player. Because, like, I mean, look at the training stage. Look at any training stage. They have those hard walls, but still the camera stops right at them.
Right, yeah. I mean, again, like, there were people who complained about Guilty Gear at first when it came out, because sometimes the camera would pan a little bit towards the wall, and it kind of messed up. I mean, there are sometimes when you get a counter hit, and it kind of centers, and then the guy hits the wall, even though the wall looks like it was way over there. But that's why I was thinking, like, having actual physical walls to make it very aware.
And then you've seen some of the Mario Maker troll levels where it looks like it's a wall jumpable surface, but it's actually just off screen.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Aww.
Genius.
That's so messed up.
Genius.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that it's much like a lot of game design where there is no one easy answer.
Yeah.
Because, like, everything you've said makes sense. But.
Yeah, of course.
And there's always that but of, is that going to work in the long run? You know, like I was saying the past few weeks of, I would love to test giving Angel these buffs.
Right.
They're probably a terrible decision.
Right.
You know, some of these sound really cool, but you have to build it before you know if it works.
Right, of course. And that's just the thing,
but that's just a theory.
Right.
A game theory.
The thing that drives me nuts, though, is that nobody's trying. Or at least we don't know if they're trying or not.
Oh,
right?
like 3D movement.
Yeah, I mean, it's
we talk a lot about, like, 3D platformers just natively sucking because we haven't gotten past Devil May Cry 1. Like, all 3D movement is just Devil May Cry, and you maybe got to roll.
Right, exactly.
Or your Ocarina of Time, and that's it.
They just haven't tried, and that's the thing is like it was really interesting to me. And again, whenever I say these things, people are like, you're an old man. And technically he's an old man too, but Daigo, at one point in time just called fighting games outdated. Like on his stream, someone asked him, do you think fighting games are outdated? He's like, yes. And he's absolutely right. I think fighting games are outdated. I think that's why I still need to record it. I've been scripting it because it's probably the next video I want to make, but talking about why Smash Brothers is so good as a fighting game, right?
And that right there is a really good point from Sethisk.
Which one?
Same reason you don't see new IPs.
Yep.
Risk versus investment.
Yep.
Why should I try making something new and interesting when the same bland formula is going to make me money anyway?
Right. And this is why I actually genuinely, deeply love Strive. Because I really love that Daisuke took the time to think about a lot of these things. And some of them went away, some of them didn't work out as well as they want to, even down to the lobby system, which I know is one of the worst lobby systems ever. But I think that's through implementation more than the idea. What's that?
I'm really mad at my hair right now. Because my hair keeps parting right here and just makes it look like I have a bald stripe.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, it's driving me nuts.
But, I love the wall system in Guilty Gear. I love the wall. Like, it actually fit in. And if you remember, in the earliest beta, the first time we saw the wall splat and the wall break animation was a lot longer. It was like, bam, and it was really cool looking.
It was almost Injustice 1.
Right, exactly. And it was cool looking, but they even realized that this is just blowing up the pace of the game, and so they changed it so it was much faster.
I mean, it's the same thing as, like, when I was told Street Fighter 4, I was throwing too much, because you're letting everyone have a moment to collect their thoughts.
Yeah.
When you could be applying more pressure.
Interesting.
And, Strive's wall break, kind of has that same effect where everyone gets to reset their brain for a moment. I mean, the game was out for over a month before I learned that if you super for a wall break, you have different Oki.
Yeah, yeah. And it's interesting too because as the game has progressed, the strategy of the wall break has really become really cool because I mean there was one we were doing the stream this weekend and we were watching Razzo Sharp's channel on the Matcherino stream. And, Razzo, they're one of the best Leo players in the country, and they were watching a match, and, someone was playing something, and they got knocked through the wall or whatever like that, and they were like, I think it's too late for the wall break. They should have did it earlier or just not even tried at this point. Like, I was like, whoa, like, this is something they're talking about. And then there's a lot of things now. If you splat them from the ground, they do the sliding and falling on their ass animation so that you get to reset. But then if you don't want them, they can spring off the wall. So some people are now letting you spring off the wall and trying to chase you down from springing off the wall and all this other stuff. And then also too, after you get the wall break, if you don't use the super, if the opponent has a meter and you don't, they get the advantage because they get to start the round with a BRC. Basically, that's actually become a major factor and stuff. And it's really cool how that whole system has come back. And I like that because it kind of changed the way that fighting games work.
Yeah, because you start developing like meta strategies to it. It's, because not every character wants wall splats the same way.
Right.
And a lot of characters want to just maintain the corner, but not everyone.
And sometimes it depends on the character too. Like I could be, and I just want to just blow you up. But if you're freaking Happy Chaos, dude, I don't want you to get back into the middle of the screen at all. and so again, back to the original point is I love that Daisuke was trying to do a bunch of different things. Even to the point where when they got the delayed counter hit, they're like, shit, this is going to open up option select. So now let's make it so that this game is like Marvel, that Marvel, you can whiff moves and still cancel them. But if a move hits, you can cancel it anytime afterwards, so you can't option select it. That's never been possible in Guilty Gear, and that actually changed the whole way the game is played because it's interesting. The more I thought about Guilty Gear Strive, by making it so that you can late cancel everything, that's probably one of the reasons why they don't have the freeform Gatling. Because then everything is a frame trap. Then I can go low short, frame trap into punch, frame trap into slash, frame trap into heavy slash, frame trap into...
So like Marvel.
Yeah. Basically. But Marvel has push block. block, which mitigates a lot of that, right? So there's a lot of this like really interesting, and this is like,
and this is also why I keep telling you should learn how to fucking program in Unity at the very least.
I know, dude. I just need to fucking ADHD myself here, and I'm finally gonna get like Medi-Cal or
Yeah, that's Medicare, Medi-Cal.
Yeah, that one.
ACA,
one of those things. Yeah. So hopefully I'll be able to see a doctor and talk to him about that and maybe try to get some help for that. But, you know, the point being is that I do think fighting games are outdated, you know, and I think that there's a lot of things that we can do to make them better. Now, obviously, we're doing a lot of things right already, you know, for sure. But, you know, again, without getting too much into it, because like I said, I've been thinking about the script a lot for the Smash Brothers video that I want to make. But Smash Brothers is so good at emotional cues. And, like, that's one of the things that's missing from fighting games is that there's not a lot of emotional cues in the game.
And when they are, they tend to be character-specific.
Yeah.
Like Beowulf or Zangief Big Trigger 2.
Oh, right, with the people screaming and yelling in the background, yeah. Oh yeah, I mean people would probably love to watch me make a fighting game on stream, but
you wouldn't make a fighting game first.
You can't make a fighting game first.
Yeah.
Trying to make a fighting game
first off, that's a straight up mistake.
Right.
But I also know that you're going to get your feet wet with a 2D platformer, probably.
To be honest with you, the first game I wanted to make was a shmup.
That's fine. Shmups are really good learning.
Yeah, and it's hard to make a good one, but it would be really fun to just try to, because I've always had an idea for a shmup that I thought is going to be either, it's going to be one of those things. So the idea that I have for my shmup.
No.
I'm not going to say what it is. I'm just saying, like, the idea that I had for my shmup, you know how, like, Gradius 5, did you play Gradius 5?
5 now.
Oh, Gradius 5 was so good because that was the one that was made by Treasure.
Dude, the last one I played was like 3, I think.
Okay. So Gradius 5 was on the PlayStation 2, and it was made by Treasure. So you can just imagine how good it is, right? There's one mode with the options that they follow you like NPCs, basically, but then when you hit the trigger button, it freezes them in the position that they're in.
That's hot.
Right? And so you can try to set it up so that they're in certain ways. Obviously, as the game got more and more figured out, there's like the optimal thing.
Yeah.
So the shmup that I'm trying to make, I'm worried that that's a possibility, but it's just going to be for fun anyway.
The thing is, so my shmup idea is more like a puzzle game, a lot like Every Extend, if you remember that game.
I do.
Yeah, it's a lot more like that vein. I wouldn't make a normal shmup.
You know, I actually thought about this one like recently, and this idea I will give because obviously other people have thought about it because I researched it, but I thought about a Metroidvania shmup. Like, literally, you're just a Metroidvania and you fly and you bullet hell, but you use a ship, and that exists. Like, some people have made those kind of games. Not the degree that I want to make it, so I think it would be fascinating to try to make something like that. But
yeah, it's interesting.
I think it would be kind of a neat idea. So there's a lot of, like, crazy ideas, but again, you know, I just feel like game developers aren't putting forth their best effort right now.
I mean, so here's the thing, is that...
I remember Investigation Cone's shmup. He made Space War. He basically programmed Space War. I don't know if that's the one that he's talking about, but the funniest thing was he learned a lot of very specific programming specific things like to-dos and not to-dos, because like he had to create variable names, and so he was just like, I'll just name them whatever, and he started naming them after like They Might Be Giant songs and stuff.
And then you start forgetting which one's which.
And later on he was like, what the hell does this variable even do?
Why is Triangle Man a laser?
Yeah, exactly. It's funny.
So, okay, but I do want to get back to the Max at the reveal thing.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
But I do want to point out one thing really quick, is that you've also even admitted that what you just said is wrong.
Which part?
Game developers aren't trying hard enough.
Yeah.
Big ones aren't.
Yes, yeah.
The indie scene is awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just like,
absolutely.
you could literally lose a year plus on itch.io in one genre.
Dude. I mean,
holy shit.
Babas, you broke my brain. I hadn't even gone back to the game yet because like that game like broke my brain so badly, dude.
I still love Elekhead.
I don't even know what that one is.
It's another like cute puzzle platformer it's only got like 20, 30 minutes of like prototype gameplay, but it's fucking fire and I love it. It's adorable. Polestar way back. I actually have been planning on doing a Polestar playthrough actually one of these days, which is a Neo Geo shmup.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And is actually the sequel to Blazing Star, I believe. Polestar is the sequel to Blazing Star, right? I think so. Anyways, they're both really cool. Dude, Electhead's fucking awesome.
I mean, I remember seeing a bunch of games. Like, there was that one game I saw at like a...
Did Electhead get a full version announced yesterday and I didn't know?
Whoa.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Oh, fuck, just got...
Like, I remember there was one game that I saw that was really kind of creative. It was like a Meat Boy kind of a platformer. You've probably heard of it. It probably came out and people have probably played it, but it was basically the idea that you couldn't beat it on the first run through, and then when you died, your body would become a platform.
Huh.
And so, like, you could get, like, stab yourself on something that would move, and it became a So as you played, you kept killing yourself to help you beat the level and stuff like that.
Oh, I'm down. That sounds fucking cool.
I saw that, and I can't remember what it was called. And I don't remember if it ever got released or anything like that. But yeah, it's like the stage is literally designed in a way that you can't beat it at first. But as you keep killing yourself, you keep getting to...
oh, yeah. I need that.
Okay.
Dude, fucking awesome. Dude, kudos to the Electhead guy. I'm so happy for him.
Yeah.
Because, the developer of Electhead is just, like, a one-man show for his original beta, like, a year or two ago. Mm-hmm. And, like, it was one of those, like... You can pick it up for free, and if you give a donation, cool. So I played it, and I was like, yep, donating.
Yeah.
On the spot. Yeah, I love it.
It's on Steam and Switch. I mean, it's on the platforms that matter, basically, right now. So.
But anyway, so tomorrow, Maximilian is going to be revealing the Team Southtown, and so far we don't have any other news. No patch notes, no updates, no announcements.
Dude.
Just Max has it, and it's probably like Mark of the Wolves team, where it's pre-recorded footage, which really makes me think that SNK took a lot of people's criticisms for the trailers at heart and said, fine, do it yourself.
Just have Max make the trailers for you.
Yeah, you know what? Fine. You don't like our trailers, you can do it your damn self.
I mean, it makes it easier for them,
yeah,
right?
It totally does.
But I mean, God, if they could just release the patch notes like a week in advance, because like then everybody will be talking about it, we'll be all giddy and excited, and that would actually help us prepare for practicing and Combo Breaker a little bit more. Yeah. I don't think that's what it was called, Dunkit, but I'll have to check it out. I'll see if I can find any information on it. But it was like a 2D platforming kind of game, so it definitely looked at. I mean, obviously they could have changed the name at this point in time. Yeah. So,
as far as which character I think Max will like the most.
I mean, he's kind of a geese guy, right?
Well, he's a rock guy,
right?
He likes geese, but playing the three of them. I don't think he's going to care that much for Billy, and he's probably not put too much time into Billy.
No, it did have a nice aesthetic. That might be the one then, actually, Dunkit.
So it's either going to be Geese, or it really might be Yamazaki, him coming from CVS2, and he'll be like, this is different and cool, this is different and weird. And for what it's worth, I think a lot of it has to do with what did they do to Yamazaki after 14.
Oh, I think this might be the one, actually.
I mean, just the fucking title screen looked like it.
Yeah, I think that might be the one, actually. Because I remember it looking kind of like that, so... Yeah, that might be the one, so we'll check that out later.
I think a lot of it's going to have to do with what they did to Yamazaki after 14. Because Yamazaki is really cool, but really flawed in 14. And if they fix the problems like they did with a lot of other characters, then he's probably going to be super cool.
Has there been any characters that have, like, obviously not to the level of Testament, but, like, have there been characters that have changed pretty significantly between 14 and 15? They're mostly the same, right?
Mostly the
Just
same.
like with little tweaks.
Yeah, I mean, 15 is largely 14 2.0, or, 14 2. It's just, a better, cleaner version, this, that, or the other.
Right, and then just having access to the EXs kind of opened up a lot of characters.
Yeah, right? But as far as, like, super dramatic overhaul...
Like, did he not have the knife in 14? He didn't have, like, the little stabby knife? Yeah. Oh, man.
But, again, EX Whip Arm was a capture. And that's fucking cool.
So it was like...
it was a capture restand.
Like, kind of like Vice when she can grab you and combo again.
Except it was a restand.
Right. Okay.
So you like combo into it, and then you restand them, and then you're like +5, and you have enough time to link a jab into other shit.
Right.
It's really cool.
Was there a way to like loop it or anything? Okay,
no, they actually planned it ahead, so you, like, if you try to do it a second time, it drops out.
Okay, gotcha. Right. Yeah. Okay.
No, Rock isn't different. He's just upgraded and playable.
and strong.
Fucking strong, yeah. But and the thing is, Rock didn't get anything new that he didn't have before, like in a previous game, and they nerfed his command grab, which is fine.
Right. Well, didn't they change it so that the DP break is new, right?
Well, it being a DP motion is new too.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
But it's just, I mean, he's still fucking Rock Howard. It's not like Kyo went from fireballs to wreckage.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
That's a different ass character.
Right. Because basically, I'm just asking, like, is there a potential that Yamazaki comes in and actually is, wow, he's actually really different than his 14 counterpart? Or
there's a possibility, but I also kind of hope not, because I still want to hit people with a fish.
That's right. No, what was that move again?
So that's his command grab and mash buttons. So at level 3, he gets a different random object from the screen to beat you with, including like an Athena tour poster and the fucking fish.
Yeah. That would be amazing.
Yeah, look up all the versions of Yamazaki Supers in 14. One of them, he beats you with a fucking tuna. It's awesome. I don't even want the rest of them. I just want to beat people with a fucking tuna.
Right. Ladder, billboards, dude. Oh, man. I mean, he just basically beats...
It's literally, he whoops your ass for a while, and then you see him kind of walk on screen like a caveman with a club, except the club is always a different item.
Right.
Drops it on you, and then beats your ass.
I would love it if one of the items he did that to was Billy. He just walks on the screen with Billy and just splat.
Billy would be good.
Billy just flashes and goes away.
Dude, there are so many characters. I mean, I know there are some people who are going to scream at me for this, but also I would accept if it was Hanfu.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna beat you with Hanfu.
I mean, that would actually even be a throwback to CVS 2, right?
Oh, and earlier.
Oh, there you go.
I'm gonna beat you, Charles. I'm gonna beat you with Charles, as a matter of fact.
Hang on a second.
Red Bull give you...
All right, quiet ad. Oh, God, Scott, stop it. Go away. I hate that when things like that block UI, dude. I mean, come on. Let me do this here.
That works.
Here we go. Super. This is just a regular super over here.
That's blue poison damage.
Oh, you actually keep... Oh, dang.
And so when you climax cancel it, the dot continues during the cinematic.
Oh,
it's wonderful.
Right. That's the button mash right there, right?
So that's level 1 version. Level 2 version.
Oh, I see. Right. If you mash it or don't mash it. Right.
Level 3 version, which is the random object, I believe.
Yeah.
And then, that object could be like one of 7 different ones, I think. Yeah, and then level 4.
Oh, he's even got a level 4. I see. Oh, so only 3 is the random object?
Yep.
Oh, that makes me sad. Because you want to go for the level 4.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
there are a couple of games where, like, situationally, the levels 2 or 3 were actually better damage.
Oh, really?
Situationally.
Okay.
I think some of it might have been, like, part scaling. Like, because it did less hits, so it scaled less or something. But I know there's at least been one instance where not maximum mash was actually better damage. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, this is, 14, but, the Yamazaki model in 14 always looked kind of weird to me.
I think it's great.
Oh, yeah? Okay. But I'm sure it'll look better in 15 anyway, just because the lighting is going to fix a lot of problems.
And the new design.
And the new design, yeah, with the fucking
Pimp coat all day.
Pimp coat, exactly.
But yeah. We have to like look it up because someone actually has done like a full collection of every object whooping, and it's pretty great. Actually, I think even Persona in one of his combo videos put every version.
Oh, that's awesome. That would have been a pain in the ass to record it and then just be like, hope it happens. Hope it happens. But that's what you did when you did combo videos, man.
But yeah, that's one thing I really like the poison super, and I hope they keep it. But I really, really hope that they actually make it apply to the UI this time. Because a lot of fighting games, this is not a KOF problem, this is a fighting game problem, that poison damage does not register in training mode data.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And so, literally, Yamazaki has multiple, like, one-hit death combos. All of them say, like, 800 damage.
Right. Because they're losing life.
Because it does not count the poison damage.
I know there's some training modes that do count the poison damage.
I don't know of any offhand. I'm sure there are. But, like, yeah, Marvel 3 didn't. I know KOF didn't. It's traditionally a problem.
Right. Let's see. Do they have all the objects here? Let's try it.
Allegedly.
Let's take a look here. So there's one. There's the sign.
There's another sign. Yeah, this is it.
Yeah, different sign.
Athena Tor poster.
Oh, was that an Athena Tor poster?
Yeah.
Let me see. What freeze frame, dude!
Perfect.
That was perfect. Yeah.
Yo, we got the one frame links.
And then, what is that? A drawer?
I think it's a ladder.
Oh, it's a stool. It's a ladder. Jesus Christ.
Whole ass ladder.
Ladder. Oh, there's the fish. Dude, what is? Is it? Oh my God! It is just a tuna. It's just a tuna. Holy shit. Okay.
Oh yeah, that hat from literally this stage. That's a background element of that stage. Like carnival mascot head.
Okay, different
luchador, a luchador KOF poster.
Oops.
Oh, wrong button.
Yeah, wrong button. Oh yeah, there it is.
Oh yeah, it's the champion.
It's Antonov.
But it's a non-English one.
Oh
Les
yeah.
champions.
That's crazy when you think about how they also have to localize even text in graphics like that.
Oh no! I think every region is going to be the same.
Oh really?
Yeah,
oh
because,
okay.
Yeah, because KOF is an international event.
Right.
That's the pro wrestling one.
It's King of Dinosaur, dude.
Lucha Libre. The good timing on that explosion.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
Nice.
But yeah, the tuna is the best.
Thank you, Cone, again, of course, for your Google Foo. Jesus, I don't understand it, I swear.
But,
I can never find anything I'm looking for.
Yeah. So I really hope that super comes back. But I'm really excited for Team Southtown because they could all be dramatically different.
Yeah.
We really don't know what to expect precisely.
Dude, it's just going to be so weird seeing Geese not in his little puffy pants, dude. It's going to be really odd. Yeah, Hakama. It's going to look really interesting. But, I mean, hopefully his counters are good. Hopefully Max tests the counters, the amount of active frames.
Real talk, if Max tests the counters, that could tell us a lot about the balance, too. Because if Geese actually has a big fucking window, then there's a good chance the other characters got theirs adjusted too.
Hopefully, yeah. Because I have seen too many match videos now where Angel, perfect call out, counter super,
death.
Yeah, death.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's life. You can make all the right decisions and still lose.
That's all Angel is here to teach you about, huh?
Yeah.
That you can go for all your mix-ups, but actually you're the one getting mixed.
Yeah, I was fighting our friend Ruiz online at one point too.
Okay,
he was playing Janae when she came out. He had a really good call out of the level 3 on his wake up because her level 3 is a counter if you do it wrong. Right. And I definitely killed him. And he was like, "That's it, I'm done."
Right.
He dropped Janae on the spot because he's like, if I'm burning 3 bars, it should fucking work.
Climax super like that for 3 bars need to be really fucking active.
Yeah, like
they need to be
active. I don't mind
Elizabeth's
being strict, especially because like you can use it on projectiles and shit.
And it's a special move.
It's a special move, yeah. Yeah, Angel should be a little bit better, and yeah, Janae's should fucking work.
Exactly. Oh man. So far as we know, the Fear Crow, we have no trailers or anything. Yeah. And if there was a trailer, someone in here would have told us already.
Yeah, I'm also checking the Twitter just in case as well, and nothing.
Yeah.
The SNK's last tweet has retweeting Max.
Yeah, so they're probably saving it for Max to do that. But like I said, I mean, it would be really cool because, I mean, what is it? It comes out literally 8 days from now.
Yeah, which, by the way, is going to be 7 Because it's supposed to be Wednesday, I believe.
Is it the
Which
18th?
means, yeah, I believe it's the 18th.
Okay.
Which then means also it might even be like Tuesday night for us.
Right, yeah. Now...
Well, okay, so Yamazaki's counter is a little different, though, because Yamazaki isn't a capture state either.
Oh, right, yeah, because you can, like, jump his and block it, basically.
Yeah, like, you can technically safe jump it, and you can, like, you can even, like, get him on a cross-up, and he just goes the wrong way.
Right, yeah.
You know, so... His isn't.
Oh, it does come out on the 19th. Okay, so it might be Wednesday.
So it'll probably be Wednesday for us.
Yeah.
So what we may even do is maybe do the show a little later, just in case we can catch it as it.
That'd be sick, actually. Yeah.
But
But I mean, honestly, like one of the things is, like, God, if they just release the patch notes like tomorrow, like 1 week in advance, then we can just be like, oh shit, I can't wait to try this. Not only that, but it'll just get everybody talking about the game on Twitter, right? Like Max shows it off, and then here's the balance patch, and now everybody for a week is going to be like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. And that will also give us more prep time, so when the game drops, we know what to test already, and then going into Combo Breaker, we'll be more prepared.
No, if we get patch notes more than a day or two before it comes out, I'm going to start like a Google Doc of things I want to test that directly relate to the balance.
Right, exactly. So, and again, it sounds like the change is going to be pretty big. So, I mean, again, the game is really balanced. I hope it's not crazy, but
Fuck it, caution to the wind.
right,
Let's make everyone dumb.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm really curious to see if they're going to do any sort of system changes, because like it's been really impressive how restrained Arxis has been with Strive, and they said we're waiting till season 2 before we kind of go nuts. And
Nathan's having a moment over there in the kitchen.
oh, is it in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm wondering if they're going to try to do the same, or if they're just going to be like, fuck it, here's craziness, and
SNK gonna SNK. There's gonna be at least one character who's nerfed from top tier to top tier.
rock.
Or Gato. There's gonna be one mid-tier character who gets accidentally overbuffed because it's underplay, and my guess is it's Iori. Iori's gonna get like 5 buffs when he needs 2.
Right. There's going to be a character that's going to get nerfed into basically non-existence, right? So
there's going to be a mid-tier character that gets nerfed into unplayable. Like, I seriously, I actually want them to go full in on that and just nerf Ramon.
He's not even mid-tier, dude.
Yeah. I just want them to admit it. Just be like, you know what, fuck it. Added startup to Ramon's command grabs. Fuck it.
Startup.
That's another one actually that they might accidentally overbuff is Chizuru, because she's like mid to mid high, like she's just on that cusp of being really good, and she's a character with like 2 or 3 buffs in the wrong way, she'll be the best character in the game.
Interesting. I'm still
like just make her 98.
I'm
Chizuru.
still not convinced on Chizuru, like even that she's that good.
She's pretty good. She's just really fucking awkward.
Yeah.
But yeah, just fuck it. Just patched 98 Chizuru into the game. Bye, everyone. Yeah. Let's just remove all pretenses. SNK hates Ramon more. Fuck.
And I patched Ramon.
SNK hates Ramon more than they hate Mary, so they just need to stop putting him in the game.
I mean, honestly, Dolores and Mai are 2 good characters who are in the running for, we're not going to really touch them and nerf everyone else, and now they're like, it's going to be DM something, right? I mean, fuck it. Buff Chizuru, so it'll be DMC. So we'll have Dolores, Mai...
I'll run that team.
Chizuru, right?
I'll run that team.
Let's just do it.
But yeah, no, Dolores has always been good. And it's just that more and more people are like, I can just play her now, fuck it.
Yeah.
Mai's fucking dumb, and it's been taking people a while to realize that she's fucking dumb.
Yeah, no, Mai is super good. Like, she shouldn't be as safe on everything. Like, I was labbing with her just a while ago, just testing some stuff, and I found even more things that I was like, wait, why is this a thing? Like, obviously, she's got that stupid down knees, right? The down knees, which are super annoying. She can cancel that into the dive. Yeah. And I was like, why is this possible?
Why not?
Because that thing is safe on block. The dive is safe on block. I was like, what?
You can use it to bait out a DP.
Oh, man.
The thing is, Ramon isn't even that crazy good in O2 either.
Right. He's never been good, right?
2000 he's good.
Oh, is he? Okay, okay.
I mean,
Dude,
Ramon's Ramon's biggest problem has always been everyone around him. Like, because there's a couple of games where he would be good, but everyone else is better.
Right, It's like, I would be good, Gato. You're like, oh, damn it.
Yes. 11 Ramon is really good. The problem is that he's in 11 where everyone's good and he can't use the tag system.
Right, yeah. I mean, to be fair, Katy Perry, you know how I feel about Andy, dude. I think Andy is really fucking good in that game. I think he's super underrated in that game, in this game right now.
That's
fine.
I just buff him.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, I still love my conversation with Andy OCR on Twitter where he was like showing, rating the jump CDs, and Andy's was an A tier, but there was 2 frames of it in there. He was the only one there twice, and I was like, dude, I think this move is underrated. I think it's one of the best jump CDs in this game. And he was like, I cannot even describe to you the amount of hate I have for this move.
Yeah. One thing I'm actually really nervous about this game's patch being like the Marvel 3 to Ultimate Marvel 3, where the entire bounce patch is based on tournament visibility.
Yes.
Where it's like, Gato, Vanessa, Ralph, Terry, neutered to bottom tier, but then good characters that nobody plays all become the next top tier.
Right,
like,
exactly.
Andy's going to get 5 buffs.
Yeah.
He's actually broken.
And you're like, why did you even do this?
Yeah, I was looking at him like, wow, you're making me forgive Gato.
And I mean, Xiao Hai's...
Dude, the fake baby intro is fire.
What?
KOF02, Mai and Andy's special intro.
Oh, yeah.
He brings out a baby puppet and he loses his goddamn mind, which I've always really taken as a beautiful moment, because that means that Andy did get laid. He wouldn't be panicking if he didn't do the deed.
This is true. This is true.
So good for him. Good job, Andy.
Either that or he was like, what? Who's the father?
I think he could live with it. He'd be like, that sucks. Have a nice life. And then just walk away. He's like, I'm not even in this tournament anymore. Fuck it. Terry Joe, you're on your own.
Oh, man. But yeah, I mean, honestly, like, I hope they don't go too crazy with the changes, unless there are some major system changes that require things.
The big one I'm really curious about, though, is Wake Up Throw.
Yeah. Obviously, I have a bunch of, my own little controller complaints and stuff like that.
Well, that's what I'm saying, like, the one I'm curious about. Not the one I'm most... Yeah. Not the one I want fixed most.
Right,
the one I'm, like... Because that's going to be the big tell, is if, if we see somebody lose a Wake Up Throw situation, then... Oof.
Right.
And again, like, I've said this before, and I'm saying it again. I am really scared that they're going to change Wake Up Throw, because we've gotten so used to it at this point that it may actually be a detriment in the long run. Like, changing it that dramatically.
Oh, changing it. Right. I mean, to be honest with you, a lot of the people that I fight online, even players who aren't, like, super high ranked, every time they knock me down, they do that slightly walk back thing.
Yeah, they don't want to be there.
Yeah, a lot of people are doing that. And the throw range in the game is really small. Mm-hmm. I get thrown on Wake Up a lot because I'm always like, hi, I'm going to meaty attack you, and I'm an idiot. But, like, I just have to learn to back off a little bit. And to be fair, the nice thing about that is it makes it so that, going up for meaty, light into confirm is a little weaker, because now you have to be further away. So maybe you have to confirm 2 lights instead of 3 lights, et cetera, et cetera.
Or, have a character with a cancelable Farsi.
Right, or something. So I don't mind it so much, but obviously I know a lot of people really
hate it.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, I just am at the point where I kind of don't want them to change it. Not because I like it, but because I think that would cause too many ripples and it basically becomes a new game. And I think that's risky.
You think it has the potential to be that much of an impact, huh?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And I mean, like, the one thing I will say is that if you do that, you literally buff Angel like 2 tiers.
Oh, right, because you could throw her out of a lot of her mix-ups.
Yeah, by it being a quick 1 frame, universal. Yeah.
Right. And that's the thing. Throws are literally 1 frame in this game, right? So, I mean...
They're 1 frame and they are invul on that first frame.
Right,
so
yeah.
they beat meaties.
Right. But I mean, like, what if you... I mean, I feel like they have to be one frame because there's no throw whiff.
Yeah,
right?
totally fine with them being one frame as long as they're not invul, so they still lose situations.
Right, exactly. Because that's just the thing is on how they want to process it. I mean, it's interesting because they made it work that way in 14. So I'm curious how they.
Yeah, I like what they did in 14, where you couldn't throw while you were like throw invul on resets and wake up.
Oh, is that just what it is?
Yeah.
So if you woke up and hit punch right away, you wouldn't throw them. You would just come out with a normal. That's how they fixed it. Oh, interesting. See, that's why I was saying, like, I'm curious how they programmed it. Because the thing is, if you have one frame throws.
Okay, Angel has one meaty attack where she's airborne from grounded. One. It's not a plural. And it's not even a button because it's technically a special move.
Right, yeah. Because that's the thing is that...
Oh, I'm sorry, two, because I think forward B or forward kick actually counts as airborne too.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Because the thing about it is like Street Fighter 4 wake up throws worked, right? Because they're just one frame, and if you hit it on the frame, it registers and throws beat the normals, and that was it.
Are they?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
In
Street Fighter 2.
Oh, I think you said 4. That's what.
Did I say 4?
That's what I heard.
I probably did.
So that's why I was so confused. Yeah, Street Fighter 2, they're definitely one frame.
Yeah, they're one frame, and so. It's hard to program it in a way because, like, if you make it so that they have a few frames of startup, even just one frame of startup, you have to implement throw whiffs or have a way that they transition from one into the other, right? And so that's always the tricky thing. So that's what I was thinking, like, how do you make it so in KOF, meaty will beat throws unless you change it so that there's a startup on it, right? So it gets hit, but if 14, that solution is interesting, is that you just can't throw.
Yeah, I mean, you can do it as basically frame 1, it triggers, but then frame 2, the animation starts. Right. So that then it still worked frame 1 if they did anything other than meaty.
Right, but then that's also the case that if that's the situation, it'll trigger on frame 1, but then the second frame is when they finish their pre-jump animation. Now they're in the air. How do you grab
It's
them?
more like a flag that they were grabbed, unless you were stuffed.
Yeah,
is what I'm thinking.
Okay. Yeah. Or just make it so that
it's really complicated.
It's like I said, from a programming standpoint, I'm just like trying to think about how it would work, and like it's kind of tricky, but yeah. In any case.
But yeah, no, Angel's situations for meaty and everything are really complicated, so her goal winds up being just do safe jumps, and that's her only fucking strategy.
Right.
Literally. Yeah, Angel gets a knockdown, she does a safe jump, or she's making a huge gamble. End statement.
Dude, I also actually found out that Isla's jump CD is way better than I thought it was.
Yes.
Because she kicks straight.
Yes.
She kicks very straight, where her jumping heavy punch hits really far down. But dude, that jumping CD hits really far down.
Friendly reminder, most characters' jump CD is in their top 2 best jumping normals.
Right, yeah.
Free.
I mean, to be fair, like Robert's jump CD is not good. Like, I actually don't think his jump CD is very good at all because it kicks this way. And it kicks this way.
So the thing is that you just use it differently than other characters.
Yeah.
Like it's the same as like Clark's D, where you can just like super jump up forward and chase people with it, or you use it as like a hop backwards attack. So you like hop backwards CD and people just land on your foot and you're like, oops.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I was just saying.
Sorry, I can't take that point. I cannot take that statement seriously. Almost all of Angel's airborne buttons are dog shit.
Yeah.
They're bad.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is like, that's what I meant, I guess, maybe, is that Isla's jump CD is really good against crouching opponents.
Oh, yeah.
It just, because it's one of those moves that kicks like this, and that sprites are not overlapping at all, and you are blocking that, So
Angel has one incredibly good jumping normal, which is her 2D, the flying knee, the command normal.
Oh, right, yeah.
But her jump C is slower than almost everyone who has... Yeah, but that's Bala. And he could be playing anyone at that level, and even he agrees that Angel sucks.
Right, so does Xiaohai.
Xiaohai is beating everyone's ass with Angel. He puts her in the bottom 4 of the game.
Cien kills people with Angel, and Cien says Angel sucks.
Yeah.
So yeah, these players will make the character look better than they actually are, right?
Yeah, 100%. And the thing is that like all you need to do is get away with something once or twice to create a situation, and if that situation works out, then it kind of turns into like a budget vortex,
right?
Because she's built.
Dechimo, yeah.
Yep. Dechimo is kind of sick of her shit, and he still plays her. And Silent, fucking top 4 Texas Showdown. And he the first thing he said basically after was, these are the changes I would like to buff her in the next patch, because she needs it.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the tricky thing is, what Romano Cheese says. I mean, when you're good at KOF, it's like, it's not just like, hi, I'm good at KOF. It's like you're like Neo in the Matrix. I mean, the fact that Shanghai even did the, Shanghai versus Japan thing and beat them all, right? I've
been watching some of the YouTube content vultures of doing like, some of the great like Chinese players who are using ratio rules. So I saw someone play Ramon.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
And
okay.
Man, Ramon looked almost playable.
Right.
It was wild.
Yeah.
God, Ramon is such dog shit.
But that's just the thing is like, again, I guess the best way to describe it is this, is that the system is stronger than the characters in KOF, but once you get to that point, then the deficiencies of the characters that can't take advantage of the systems as well start to suffer. And so when you watch a good player play a character and they can play KOF well, they can do well with the character, but then in that long run, it's not. What are you doing?
I'm giving Sirius stink eye.
Oh God. Oh man.
Those statements always make me mad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be honest with you, El Fuerte once it got to Ultra was unfucking reasonable, dude.
But Fuerte is also a bad design.
Yeah, he is. El Fuerte is awful character, dude. Makes me so
okay,
sad.
like really? What does it take for you to make a Mexican character as an homage to Mexico, and Mexico doesn't like you?
Because all you do...
Mexico defends Speedy Gonzalez.
Yeah.
And they didn't like Fuerte.
Yeah.
Holy shit, man.
Again, certain people aren't there anymore, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, Yuri probably needs some
Yuri
buffs.
needs help.
Yeah, Yuri is one of the characters that... I mean, we went over this a lot last week, Sora.
But I don't mind doing a little bit of a recap on that one.
Sure, okay.
So, Yuri, what she's good at, she's great at, but everything else, she's awful. And so if you help fix some of her things she sucks at, she'll be a much more well-rounded character. It's kind of like in Street Fighter V where they kept buffing Alex's lariat when he needed other tools to win, instead of, hey, this thing you're good at, we're gonna make you better at it, but that doesn't fix any of my problems.
Right, yeah. I mean, honestly, that's kind of where...
Fuerte is worse by far.
Oh, yeah, that's not even a question.
And so we're talking about release Rufus.
Yeah.
Because he's accurate. He's a fat, stupid white American who won't shut the fuck up.
And is obsessed with sci-fi and shit, right? So,
and has a weird thing where he says all of certain people look the same.
Did he say that, or
he can't tell the difference between Ken, Abel, and Guile?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that. No, Fong is fine. Fong is actually super cool.
Yeah, the thing is, Yuri has to touch you. And that's Yuri's problem, is actually getting anything started.
Right. And it's funny because I mean that's kind of how Lucia worked too. They kept buffing the things that she was already good at, and they still kind of went that way, but even the things that she was really good at, she was just good at them. Now she's kind of great at them. Yeah. And so I'm fine with how she is right now. Yep. So even thought Ken was Bob in Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
Are we gonna do a tier list? Probably not.
No, probably not.
There are a lot of people out there who are far more qualified at doing that specifically and having a lot more insight into it. Like, I'm pretty fucking smart, but I know that if Xiaohai released a tier list, I'm probably just gonna be like, yeah.
Basically, yeah.
So no, I honestly only have like distinctly strong opinions on about half the cast.
Right.
And then after that, it's kind of just everyone else.
And Katy Perry likes his boring white blonde dudes, huh? Doesn't it?
How you doing?
You're not boring though.
Depends on who you ask.
Oh man.
Now, actually, doing a day, or I'm down to do like a day one impressions by looking at the patch.
Oh right, yeah.
Like,
yeah,
especially
yeah,
if we get patch notes early. Oh, hell yeah. I will do like a predictive tier list.
Yeah.
Is this enough to fix Gato? Sweet. Did they just fucking buff so-and-so? Sure.
Yeah,
you know. I think that would be kind of fun to do the predictive tier list.
To see how smart we are. I'm down. I'm game.
Yeah, the problem is as long as it's not like a Capcom patch list where it's like made hitbox bigger. And like,
right.
Well, is that full screen or is that 2 pixels?
Right. Hey, at least I explained how the juggle stuff works.
If you haven't watched that video,
you should check it out on youtube.com/UltraChenTV. The Ryu secret to juggling video. I'm probably going to change the name of the video to be more evergreen at some point in time. So, you know, that's always one of the things that you can do. But basically, that's I explained how all that, like, increase the combo count limit. You know, like, what the fuck does that even mean?
No, it's circus training. Because you want to get good at juggling.
Yeah, basically. Oh, man. I mean, SNK does make their own tier list by their balances.
Yeah, the thing is that if a company ever releases their own internal tier list, that's a terrible decision.
Yeah.
100% is a terrible decision.
It's interesting because yesterday on the Tuesday show, that was one of the questions that that was asked on our 5-5 matchup was, at what point in time do you feel like fighting games players know more than the devs do? And a lot of people were like day one kind of thing.
6 months usually. I'd say at least 6 months.
I think it's getting a little bit faster than that these days. And then also my answer is that I also think that if the longer the devs know more about the game than the players do, means they made a bad fighting game. Like, I really honestly kind of believe that.
Because it falls into like a conveyance issue.
Yeah, and also it's just, you want to be able to create a game where the players have the ability to discover and express themselves and find cool shit that you didn't think of. Because if you make your game so that everything that anybody finds you already know about, that's a bad fighting game in my opinion. You know,
yeah.
like,
Well, but the thing is that there's also like there's qualifiers there. Knowing more doesn't mean we don't know different things.
Right? Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
I mean, because again,
that, this is where the question fell apart.
So
yeah.
I mean, because like Marvel 3. Is always going to be my favorite whipping boy on all of these things.
Yeah.
There are still some things I would love to like pick Neo G's brain on.
Yep.
But I also know there's a bunch of shit that the public found that I know Capcom didn't know about.
Right, yeah.
Like TAC Infinite.
And then Neo G even was the one who admitted that. They were like, yeah, we knew about that. We just didn't think people could do it. Right, you know.
Yeah, but the thing is that, you know, you get statements like that a lot of the time and sometimes not from reputable sources.
Yeah.
And so, like, I hesitate on that.
I mean, Olaf already pre-ordered a bunch of them, so...
yeah, we've got squatted up.
Yeah.
Because I remember Marvel Infinite really... Bless you.
Allergies, whoa.
Marvel Infinite breaking up the Dormammu flight cancel loops.
Right, yeah.
And I remember F-Champ was like, yeah, we knew about that. Didn't think it was useful. And I'm like, bro, really? I think you're taking credit for something that you shouldn't be, because if you didn't think this was useful, you're dumb.
Right.
It eliminates being space stoned. Like, what the fuck, man?
And, what was I about to say? It was something that they were saying on the thing. About the... Shoot, I completely forgot what I was going to say now. I've lost my brain.
If the devs know more than we do and vice versa.
Right, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, for example, you know, we still don't know how exactly the hit stun decay works.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? I'm sure there's actually probably a really good medium between my theory and Hanzo Gonzo's theory in terms of... Because we were the ones that argued about it all day on Twitter.
I mean, the thing is, I think there's an element too of like, I really like, as kind of a piggyback and kind of an explanation. I really like the BlazBlue series where they have the meter to let you know how much hit stun is remaining.
Yeah. BB Tag has that as well. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And honestly, too, one of the cool things was like if you watch that Street Fighter juggling video, right? I'm surprised nobody asked this question in the comments. Like most people are just like, "This is really good information, James," right? Like I'm surprised nobody asked, "How do you know all this?" Like not a single person asked that question, and I actually
you take that as a compliment.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is like I deduced all of that shit myself. I figured out how the juggle system worked in all of the Street Fighter games just by experimenting on it, you know. And then by the time Street Fighter 4 came out, and we started developing the better tools to be able to see it. It changed the way that I stated some of the things because before it was greater than, now it's greater than or equal to kind of thing. But
it's really mostly just how it's like coded,
right?
It's the same as if the number was one higher or whatever.
Right, but now to find out that I was right about like almost every aspect of it was nice.
Mugen, the fighting game development engine, which, by the way, fun fact if you didn't know, Mugen was originally developed for Shmups.
Right, yeah.
But Mugen actually uses that juggle system.
Oh, really?
And it has since like the early 2000s.
Nice. Okay.
So I don't know if it's a great minds think alike or if somebody knew something or whatever, but that's actually how I learned about how Street Fighter's juggle system works, is that Mugen natively uses something extremely
it
similar.
probably was they just imported it from an existing game and it just kind of worked out, right?
But how? Because all of Mugen's development is either it's the base engine, which started as Shmups, or the character is built within the framework. End statement.
Okay.
It's just that natively that was just kind of how it worked. So you would set, those juggled parameters to your character, and it just does it.
I mean, I was also really happy too because Hatson, who does a lot of the technical work, right? Who developed FAT, right? Yeah. He actually commented on my video, and he was like, "I came in here expecting to correct a bunch of stuff." And he was like, "And you had everything right." And he's like, "This is one of the first time that's ever happened." So,
which is one of those like, you're a smug prick, but you're right.
I was like, "Yeah, there you go. See, I know what I'm talking about here."
Yeah, I mean that's why I didn't, because I was like, "Yep, I knew about that. I already agree with that." I think there was like a half of a thing I learned out of that video, actually. Like there was one little like fudge of detail that I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
And I just take it at face value. Like,
yeah. But I mean, it's just, I mean, that's the cool part about fighting games. A lot of times was trying to figure out a lot of those systems and stuff, which is why me and Madge, I mean, that's for combo video purposes. We did a lot of the stuff. Someone on a really old video of mine on YouTube actually asked, like, "I can't do this combo," and like, I was like, "Okay, what combo is it?" And it was a BB tag combo, and BB tag is on the Switch. So I was like, "Try it." And then I figured out exactly what the issue was, and he was like, "Holy crap." And it's just because I've been doing combos forever. Dude.
No, and it's one of those things. That's why like a majority of the past 5 years, fighting games have mostly been a single player game for me. And honestly, like other than 2 or 3 games, most of the past decade.
Right. What the hell? What did Rooflemonger say?
That's weird because they definitely...
That's the announcement.
That's what they stated.
That's the official announcement.
So unless something weird happened.
Unless they changed it or something.
But most...
Wait, what?
That's just the same shit. So go look up Roofle. I'm going to keep talking. Most of the past decade, with the exception of Marvel games and Sam Show, basically, all fighting games have been single-player games to me. Like, I love Street Fighter Cross Tekken as long as there's never another human involved. Playing it by myself is actually fun. So, like, labbing and making combo videos and working on shit like that, I absolutely love it. He linked it in the chat. So.
Right, okay.
But that seems... You're scrolling so fast I can't even read any of that.
All right, let's just take a look at this. SNK told me directly that is not the date.
Yeah, but what's that a reply to?
Isn't the release date already confirmed? So he says, "Well, if it's anything like last, I expect them plus the patch to drop very shortly after." Is that what happened last time?
So depending on what console you were on and what your timing was, you got it within like a 12-hour window of what the launch window was.
Right.
Like Steam didn't update until like fucking 3 p.m. the next day or some shit.
But did it come out earlier than what people said it was supposed to be, like date-wise?
Okay, so in all fairness,
We had no date for that one. That's right.
Yeah, Mark of the Wolf's team stealthed on it.
Why does Rufel know everything, and how? Why?
Allegedly.
Why is he talking directly to SNK here?
I mean, it could also be my uncle at Nintendo post for all I fucking know.
This is fair.
Because it's also worth noting that, like, depending on who he's talking to, would explain why he should or shouldn't be saying it. Like, if he was talking to Gibby would probably have told him to shut the fuck up. So I don't know who he's talking to, because Gibby is now, like, basically the liaison for SNK in the US.
Yeah.
The official, not correspondent, but they actually got like a title now.
Oh, don't worry, Willing, but no Abel. Katy Perry is a huge fan of Abel, so he's just sad no Abel is part of the conversation there.
What is their actual? Because they got that proper title of the Goons with.
The ambassadors, or something like that.
It's more than that though. It's a better word, but yeah, they're the official like correspondent liaisons for SNK in the US now. And so if Rufel's talking to Gibby would have probably told him shut the fuck up,
right,
because you don't start talking about shit that you don't start talking about. So that's not right.
Yeah.
So
it's like some Fei Long thing too.
Oh yeah. That's obviously the Lee estate. By the way, all right, we got to talk about this.
Dude,
this
King 49 just said it too.
So what happened was is that the composer for Zeku was in an interview, which was posted on Nintendo Life. Where he apparently seemed to somewhat imply that... I
mean, he said it directly if the quote was true, so...
I haven't watched the video, but some of the people I've seen that watched the video were like, this is kind of bullshit. What the fuck? This is like a not even. Like, what if? But apparently he's more or less said that the Bruce Lee estate has said... Fuck off if you're not going to treat it respectfully. If it's a joke character, we don't want anything to do with it. So therefore, Fei Long may never be coming back to Street Fighter.
Right.
A whole huge shitstorm came out of this. Only for then, Bruce Lee's Twitter to say, we never said anything like that.
Yeah,
For it then to also be pointed out that suddenly there's Bruce Lee NFTs.
Wait, is there?
Apparently. Apparently the Lee estate has like delved into NFTs and used celebrity licensing bullshit, which is actually super fucking funny because of the huge NFT fallout that's been happening over the past month. So now you're putting them into the news again. Honestly, it kind of sounds like something's being orchestrated here.
Yeah, I mean, the crazy thing about this, honestly, though, is that, God, I mean, most of the time the NFT stuff, I'm sure... It's just like the suits are just coming up with some idea and I mean that's what happened. Remember what happened with Nii, the Tekken player? That Nii was all of a sudden like, hey, here's like these cool NFT things and stuff, and then everybody got super mad. They're like, well, I'm not a fan of Nii anymore. And Nii literally was like, look, I don't even know what NFTs are. Let me go find out what's going on, basically, right? So
yeah,
that's the whole thing.
And I mean, the thing is, I'm seeing it a lot too with a lot of international artists of getting into NFTs, and then the West has their backlash. Nothing happens, and then just silently they pull all their NFT links out of their Twitter. You're like, oh, what happened? Did you not make fucking money like we said? God forbid.
Hey, dude, the cheese, you're talking about functions. Oh, man. But, I mean, Fei Long, yeah, I agree with Katy Perry. Has never been disrespectful.
Yeah.
Fei Long is probably the most respectful Bruce Lee clone in a fighting game, honestly. Yeah,
so I feel like there's way more going on from one angle or another than any of us are ever going to know about.
But I mean,
somebody is fucking shit up.
That interview video is deleted too, right? And then the guy himself is like in trouble.
So like part of my concern is that whatever he said wasn't that severe, but now the website has to cover their ass.
Right, yeah.
And so, that guy that we interviewed, be damned, my website's not going down.
Right, yeah. There's just it's just a whole stupid shit storm, basically. Yeah. So
but that also means, and much like the composer said, is I probably should have covered my ass better on things I say are my opinion and not necessarily the opinion of Capcom, blah, blah, blah. And basically, he didn't have enough of a disclaimer up. And so he's like, they kind of do have the right to fuck me on this just because I didn't have a good enough disclaimer.
Right. Yeah.
And he kind of owned that.
Okay.
But that's still a pity.
Yeah, it does suck because the Zeku theme is fire, by the way. So I love the Zeku theme.
So you find yourself in positions where, you know, you work for or with a company. You do need to put these opinions are my own, blah, 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 because that's the reason that matters is not so much of, you know, he don't want to talk for Capcom or whatever. But if you say something wrong, that also gives Capcom an out to disown you and say, we had nothing to do with that. Look, he said it himself. You know, like, he has a disclaimer. And they can disavow having anything to do with it, and everybody wins, basically.
Yeah, I just still liked clickbaiting it, because I was talking to my brother and our friend at lunch today. I was like, so, did you hear Quentin Tarantino killed Fei Long?
Yeah, that daisy chain of logic, the other day.
Yep. Oh, man.
Yeah. I forgot that was Cranston, wasn't it?
Wait, was it?
In the anime? The English voice?
Really? The movie one? It was
the
Bryan
one
Cranston?
that we talked about earlier today?
Yeah. The one, the actual Street Fighter Japanese anime?
Yeah, the good one where the American version has KMFDM on the soundtrack? Pretty sure.
That was Bryan Cranston doing Fei Long?
Yeah,
Holy shit.
He actually did a few anime roles.
That's cool, dude. I had no idea.
Still not as funny as Kiefer Sutherland doing anime, though. That one's still one of my favorites.
When did he do that?
Armitage?
I don't know. Okay. Oh, right.
No, that one doesn't count.
That one doesn't count?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, man. But
I still remember the one time that Kitty said something and we both did it.
Oh, she was so mad.
That was perfect.
It was such a good clip, dude. Oh, God.
Anyway.
Anything else, like, news-wise here that we want to talk about?
Lastly, I would basically say don't forget that SNK Online Shop is still closing, so there's still some sales on there that you might be able to dig up before they're completely out of inventory.
What is their URL?
Just
again?
Google SNK Online Shop, and then get the Japanese one.
I'm just wondering if there's anything left.
That's the one.
Anything left to even try to finagle.
We actually got our package today of the shit we ordered.
Oh, nice.
But we haven't opened it yet because we're waiting for Kitty to get back. And then we're going to open it up and probably show it off next week. Nice. Also, you should just watch Macross Plus in general because Macross Plus is fucking awesome. 100% my favorite actual mecha anime.
Okay. Unruly DGJ, as we've been saying, they're scheduled for 19th. There's some people are talking about maybe they'll be earlier.
There's some
unsubstantiated rumors. Take it for a grain of salt. Max
Rufel doesn't talk out of it.
Right? Yeah, for sure. But also, Max is going to be demoing them tomorrow.
Yeah,
on his stream.
with that in mind, actually, like, there's no point stressing about it right now because Max will probably have the final release date information tomorrow. Yeah. Like, he'll say, and these guys become available such and such next week.
Right. Actually, that is the one of the topics that I wanted to talk about. Thank you, Hentai Maxer. We actually don't know if they're turning a profit, but I would like to point out that KOF 15 is the second highest entered game at Combo Breaker. So that's super cool. Let me see if I can find that tweet. Yeah, but shout outs to is it just one word? Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's just one word. Okay. Shout outs to King of Fighters right now for having so many players in there.
Okay, just like, you can talk shit about that all you want, but having someone pumping money into a project does not mean it turns a profit.
Right. Yeah.
Revenue and profit are different things.
So here we go. This is the closing registration. I thought it was really funny that someone pointed out that if you take the Street Fighter players and add them to the KOF players, that's exactly the number of Guilty Gear Strive players.
That's also probably exactly the overlap.
And but yeah, 621 entrants. And remember, Guilty Gear has broken the record.
Yeah.
So King of Fighters 15 being 621 at Combo Breaker is really, really impressive. Really, really impressive here, especially because it's over Tekken, over Street Fighter, and 621. I mean, that just means a lot of people are playing it. If the matchmaking was working, I bet you a lot more would be playing it. But, Because I know a lot of people, like on my stream, I was talking about it. A lot of people said that they've quit KOF because the matchmaking wasn't working for them. Are you all right there?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the lower numbers and seeing what games Vampire Savior's beating.
Oh,
that's all.
Vampire Savior being Soul Calibur 6, Super Turbo, Them's Fightin' Herds, Nick All-Star Brawl, the TMNT Cross Justice League Mugen game, Bloody Roar, and Brawlhalla. Those are the games down there, so...
There are so many questions. Anyway.
But yeah, no, again, 621 entrants. I'm really excited for that. And it's going to be a fucking chaos because the new patch is going to be out.
Dude, I think that's more entrants than the last KOF had at EVO.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And EVO had a lot of international play.
Free, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
well, DBFZ got hurt really badly by Android lab coat.
And rollback netcode.
Yeah, for sure.
Between those two factors, like when you have a non-fun character and you don't have great netcode, you're gonna run into some problems.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen like netcode alone does damage. Look how long it's taken Granblue to recover at all.
Yeah. Well, Strive and KOF 15 are proof right there. These numbers that you see here. I mean, obviously the games are good.
Up to a point, it's literally a scale of on netcode quality.
Yeah, and
Strive
again,
is the best right now. KOF, Tekken's is better than Street Fighter.
Yeah. I will say that I think Street Fighters is better than Tekken.
Okay, well, they're also really close.
Yeah, they're right there.
And then you start going to dog shit right after that with Smash Brothers.
Right.
Because Smash Brothers doesn't believe in the internet.
Right. And
I'm sorry. Nintendo doesn't believe in the internet. And
BBCF being number 6 on that list for how old is this game now is because it has good netcode right now.
Yeah.
Like this is a boom. This is a boom because they got patched in with the good netcode. So that definitely is and again, you know, the success of Strive and KOF 15 here are because of the netcode. Honestly, you can play.
Because I mean, even if the matchmaking sucks shit right now, which it needs fucking help.
Yeah.
The fact is that I can still call up a buddy and be like, hey, let's run some sets.
Yep.
You know, the first few weeks this game was out, I jumped into online training with someone, and it was buttery. It was buttery.
Right. Exactly.
But if you want to fight randoms, you're gonna have a bad time.
Yeah, that's true, Game Genie. Yeah, the Blaze Blue only got the patch on PS4, but you know, I'm even gonna be the one saying this. No one really plays fighting games on consoles that much anymore, dude. I swear to God, like it's all PC now. So, because I mean, there was that news that Epic and Sony are looking into trying to fix the input delay on the Unreal Engine. We don't know if that means going forward or if that means they're gonna come back and actually patch it into Unreal 4 to try to fix the existing fighting games. There was no anything in there, but oh man, but no, even Japan, they're moving a lot of the
it's progressing.
Yes.
There's more PC than console here. They're still mid transition.
Yeah.
Because there is something to be said about the consistency of console.
Yeah.
There's still value there, and the amount of real estate the consoles don't take up.
I mean, let's put it this way too. Tubo said that he'll go on Strive on PC, and the lobbies are full. And I just had a friend message me who's playing on PS4, and they were like, "Do you know what's going on? I'll go into the lobby, and there's nobody there in Celestial."
But Guilty Gear did that with even Exert, where everyone was on PC.
Right. That scene kind of has that.
Guilty Gear is just like a PC community at this point.
Yeah, Street Fighter V because probably has more PlayStation players right now at this point.
Also,
I guess what I should say is a lot of
PS5's input lag's bad.
A lot of the hardcore players now are mostly on PC because all the pro Japanese players are playing on PC right now. They are. So.
Yeah, actually, that's a really good way to look at it. It's the casuals of playing console because they're just kind of going in blind.
Exactly. So. Right, and that's the reason. That is the reason, Game Genie, for all of them.
Unreal.
Is the input lag is the reason. Like I said, I hate playing games on PC in general. I've gotten a little more used to it, but Steam still sucks. But that's another story. But like, I can't even play fighting games on console anymore. Every time I go back to the console, I'm like, I can't anti-air, I can't do this, and then I'll go to the PC and all of a sudden I can do all of that stuff, you know.
Well, I mean, it's also like it gets worse if you're playing on the console on your TV compared to on your PC on your monitor. Right. That's like a 10 frame difference.
Yeah, basically, yeah, because this is not the best TV for that anyway already. So, I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world. I think my TV is still technically worse, but I don't play seriously, so I don't
exactly. So, yeah.
But even so, I can still tell the difference between the PS5 and the PC on my TV because it's bad.
Yeah. No, a lot of people are dealing with that, Gabo. A lot of people are actually saying, like, before these tournaments, they're going back to PS4 to practice and stuff.
Yeah, just to get your head right on it.
Dude, the best
like, did you play Marvel 3 going between the 360 and PS3?
Oh, God, right, yeah. I mean, it's interesting. For the Matcherino tournament. No, it was the Matcherino tournament that we just ran. Umi Show won that one, the Happy Chaos player, and we were talking to them afterwards in an interview, and they were like, "Yeah, I got to go play PS4, but so I got to remember to readapt my strategies." And I was like, "See, this is what more people need to do, right? Like, it's not that, like." They're literally changing their strategy because they know what's capable and what's not. You know, because Happy Chaos has a lot of very precise combos. Yeah. You know.
Well, I mean, do you remember? I think it was Sako was the last one I remember doing it, where they got a new arcade stick and they couldn't play on it, and they had to spend like 2 weeks adjusting just for like the quarter of an inch difference on where their palm hit the stick compared to the angle of. Like, you got to know all of this shit once you get to a certain level. Everything impacts you.
Yeah, it's tough. So, input lag numbers for fighting games on Steam Deck. I don't know if we know that yet.
We only know a little bit, not for fighting games directly. But it was, I think it was Noodles actually might have gotten one and actually tested. It was, I don't remember if it was Noodles. But there are a couple people
what's his thing again?
If it was NOODALS.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's right.
Noodle. I think, was it Noodles or was one of those guys actually got a Steam Deck and tested overall input lag and then compared it to a couple of PCs and then compared it to like one or two other micro PCs. And they basically said that most of the time...
this guy might know a lot, too, as well.
Yeah.
WYDD, Loic Pettit, who is literally the guy who found the Sam Show one. Yeah,
the one who got Sam Show fixed.
Yeah, he might actually have a lot of information on that as well. So, here it is, Noodles. Noodles, basically. NOODALLS. So Noodles and here we go. Database of input, testing, lag, results, etc.
Yeah, but that's from 2019 stuff.
Yeah, but it could be updating it. So
I remember someone, I thought it was Noodles, put it out. Someone put out a document of what they were finding for the input lag and general response time for the Steam Deck, comparing it to other micro PCs and even regular PCs, and finding that it was at least competitive.
Right. I'm just trying to see if there's anything on here about that. It's PS5. Oh, this is the variable refresh rate that got added to PlayStation. So he's doing a bunch of tests on that. And obviously, this is one of the guys that you would go and ask for.
Yeah, big brain fellas.
Yeah, and then the other one is this guy right here, just so you guys can see.
So just check out their accounts and see what they have posted, or just use a fucking Twitter advanced search. It's a really quick and easy, like Noodles Steam Deck.
Right.
WYDD
WYDD and Noodles, basically. Here, I'll put them in here. These are the guys that you want to hit up on Twitter. So
those are going to be among your list of consistent go-tos for input delay, etc., etc. Now I'm going to make one last check.
But yeah, honestly, shout outs to King of Fighter players, dude, coming out strong at Combo Breaker. Hope I get to do some commentary there for that game. And I need to take care of some stuff. Okay, because it's crazy to me. Because again, dude, it's about that time blindness thing that I keep talking about these days. Like, someone mentioned that Combo Breaker's like 2.5 weeks away, and I like almost panicked because like I haven't done anything to get there for rooms or anything like that. So
talk to Corey.
Oh yeah. Okay. Maybe I can share a room with him or something like that.
Talk to Corey.
Okay.
Yeah, ping him, see what his strategy is. Because we were originally gonna go and we aren't anymore. Speaking of big events and we need to know things, I'm just gonna drop this as a little quick tidbit. Because Kitty asked me to look into it, and we've done a little bit. As far as we know, Evo's Artist Alley vendors still don't know who's approved or not, which is actually starting to get like uncomfortably close. Because the last time we did Evo in person, people knew by like March.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna say this right now. I haven't heard back from Combo Breaker on anything either yet. So that's why one of the reasons why I haven't done anything.
Like, people are trying to do commentary. People are trying to have Artist Alley booths.
God, when is the Evo deadline for that too?
Oh, for commentary? Oh
yeah,
boy,
Jesus.
But yeah, and I mean, part of it I'm sure has to do with Combo Breaker is taking up the entire staff's time.
Okay, June 11th. Okay, I gotta get my ass.
Like, it's still like when you have some of these artists and some of these groups like us who are trying to get a booth too. If you want to print your merch, print your shit, get all your boxes together, be ready to ship and all that shit. You don't want to find out like 2 weeks before you got approved. Like, I mean,
just for me, honestly, like, I have to buy an airplane ticket, and the sooner I find out, the cheaper it is for me. It's a tough situation. So.
Evo, if we don't find out if there's a booth or not for us until like a week or two before, then fuck them. Like, we're not doing it.
It's not. There's no point to it at that point. Yeah.
So that's something that not only us but everyone really should be hearing about soon. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hint. Also, we'd like matchmaking fixed in KOF 15. Hint. I'd like the patch notes.
Someone said Max finally talked about the matchmaking on 15, right? Or he publicly talked about it.
Well, yeah, he's definitely.
Finally,
I think he released like a video on YouTube, really blasting. And then he's still playing the Southtown team, so...
Yeah, I mean, like I said...
So that means that they had to have heard it.
I mean, literally the last time that I played online, I just ran into the same guy like 4 times, and that guy was sick of dealing with Andy Jump CD. He was really sick of it. I mean... And then he did beat me late towards the end, and I was like really happy because he was making adjustments, and I was like, this is cool. And he beat me one game, but then I beat him anyway. Anyways.
Well, PS5 input lag is going to be Unreal gets fixed first.
Right, yeah.
Because it's an Unreal on PS5 problem, not a KOF problem.
Everybody's suffering from the Unreal problem right now, so...
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, there you go. Perfect.
But, yeah, I think that about is enough.
Dude, that was the other thing I'll say. If this patch comes out, if Southtown comes out, if the patch comes out, and they don't mention anything about matchmaking, like, even if they don't fix it, like, if they don't fix it, I just want them to say, we're looking into it.
We know it sucks. Sorry. Give us time.
Right. Like, I'm cool with that. But if it comes out and they don't say anything and they're doing weird radio silence like they did with Sam's show, I'm going to be worried. And that is actually, like, because of Sam's show's history, that could kill a lot of the goodwill that KOF is getting right now. Because I think a lot of people are kind of in that, like, let's hope a patch comes. Let's hope a patch comes. And if they don't say anything, a lot of people are going to be like, all right.
Yeah. If they fix it but don't mention it, that's back ass words because it should be part of the patch notes.
Right.
Because they have been doing bug fixes with the patch notes.
Right.
I don't know the sales numbers for KOF.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know.
I don't know if they're out. And I don't know if I'm allowed. Oh, what's up, Slick Tricks?
But they're already at that point where
yeah.
they're not playing it as much, right? Yeah, absolutely. Because the matchmaking is just so frustrating, right? So, and that's the thing, is like, if you fix the matchmaking, that could potentially bring a lot of people who quit but are still interested back. The longer you wait, the more you're going to lose those people. And so you've got to fix this. And like I said, even if you're still at this point where you're like, we don't fucking know what's wrong, like, at least mention, hey, we're trying to fix this right now. Please give us time and patience. And if you can give us feedback or whatever, you know what I mean? And stuff like that.
And I mean, beyond that, I still just want the patch notes anyway.
Dude, I am really enjoying this game, but all I'm doing is labbing it because going on ranked is not Like, I don't want to play the same guy 15 times. You know what I mean?
And I mean, I just don't want to play people mostly.
Right. Yeah. There's that factor.
I just like playing single player fighting games.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah. But I mean, I just want to test out all the new Isla shit that I've been finding, because I've been finding some dirty ass shit with Isla. I'm really starting
I'll have to come up here and run some sets with you one of these days.
Just have to play some match. I mean, maybe if a patch notes or something comes out early, we can go over them and then maybe just run
comparatively. Yeah, that'd be cool. So like that. Oh, what did so and so get? Okay, well this got buffed. What's it look like now? They buffed that.
Yeah. I mean, and again, that's the thing is, like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, why haven't they fixed it yet? Because as a programmer, I know shit like this sucks. And, you know, we've already talked about the QA side of things, compatibility. And, hey, my experience, it works fine on my machine.
Works on my machine.
Right, yeah, we already know about that. So, I mean, as a person who runs the Parsec for Soul Calibur, like, there are just sometimes I can't do anything about it. That's Ohio server will just be a problem that day, and most people are having weird connection issues with it. But the NorCal one is fine, and then the next week the same people who are having problems, perfectly fine. So there's nothing we can do. So
actually, that's about 2 hours, I believe, is what we're at right now.
Yeah, almost exactly 2 hours now. So,
but I think it's about
actually that's a good idea. Maybe we can do that, Saber. We could just start doing a synchronized lobby stream or something.
Yeah, just pop open the lobby, fuck off.
Yeah, and just be like, hey guys, just come in and play with us and stuff like that, and then
we'll press some buttons.
And it might actually be fun for us, because then we won't necessarily be playing each other, and I don't have to get mad. And
you don't have to cuss out Mary.
Yeah, exactly. Although, like I said, it helps now that I feel like I know what I'm doing more. The reason why I get so mad in the Marvel and the KOF situations is because I know I'm bad at the game, and I hate feeling like I'm just getting beat up because I don't know the game. You know what I mean? That's the hardest part, honestly. So, I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, I would say basically no unless.
Yeah.
We'll start open to everyone, and we'll see where it goes.
Right. And we would be doing this on PC. Yeah. We would be doing this on PC. So And we could commentate it as well. And that would be good practice for me, because I would actually try to learn how to do more commentary for KOF. And figure out the kind of the strategy for commentating this game, because this game is going to be hard to commentate compared to a lot of the other games that commentate, because I think this game is going to be way faster.
It's faster and then lulls.
Yeah,
it's really weird, because it's also sometimes you're just like, they're hopping around each other. It's like, I mean, I make the comparisons way too often, but fuck it. It's like commentating soccer, where you start just screaming about everything when it's really just two guys going like this.
Yeah, it's that Simpsons clip, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So it's like, you're gonna have 30 seconds of guys hopping and trying to get anything, but then someone got touched. Oh, shit.
Yeah. I haven't seen Sajam commentate this game. Has he been commentating KOF?
My entire knowledge of Sajam is when the YouTube algorithm brings me his shit.
Right. I mean, honestly, Sajam, he's one of those people that has really good commentary fundamentals. I'll say I do as well, which is why a lot of people will enjoy my commentary for things like Soul Calibur. Like, I love the game. That's why I will commentate it. I don't have the knowledge of the game that a lot of other people do, but I'm very infectious, and I know what to talk about and stuff, and I can at least spot some things. So, commentary fundamentals are really, really important for stuff. So. Oh, yeah. No, Sajam is one of the best analyzers in the business right now.
He's pretty fucking smart.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, like, people underestimate how good Sajam is at fighting games. Like, he's that professor that he's so good at fighting games that I don't think he realizes how hard it is for other people. He knows how hard it is for other people, but I swear he's just like, oh, I'm going to learn this fighting game. Oh, this works. And then he's just like winning. He's really, really fucking good at fighting games.
And just short answer, it's that's why he can come off as abrasive, is because he's so talented that it just comes more naturally to him, and it makes him look like kind of a prick sometimes.
Maybe, yeah.
It took me a long while to really understand that he's not like just an arrogant, spoiled rich
okay,
kid.
yeah.
That it's like he's talented and doesn't understand that he's just that much more talented.
Right, yeah.
It's basically what it comes down to.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, but we should do that. We need to play more KOF on stream and stuff like that. So
go play some KOF.
Let's do it. So shout outs to Mega Man. Thank you for the sub.
But
appreciate it.
And I mean, honestly, I think you and I need to really consider stuff for tomorrow. Like, not necessarily a restream, but maybe just watch Max at the same time.
Yeah. We could just like grab some dinner and
just sit and chow and be like, oh shit, they let him have that?
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down. Let's do that. Listen, we've got no more Moon Knight to watch.
Yeah,
so, you know.
And I'm not gonna like restream Max's shit, but just fucking watch it.
Yeah.
Maybe you know what? Maybe for shits and giggles, we could even do like just a short.
Okay, I like that, Seiryu. I like that. Mega Man used a sub tank. Okay, I'm cool with that. I like that.
But maybe after Max's stream is done or his KOF footage is done, that maybe we could like do an after show.
Oh yeah, sure.
Just be like, oh god, and then we'll like review.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you want to reach out to Max and ask if we can,
implying he'll answer. That boy has
he did respond to you one time, right?
Every so often, but it's still like his inbox is a fucking mess.
Oh yeah, but I mean, just ask him if we can restream it or something like that. So, because he did allow us to restream it the next week.
Rewatch it. Yeah, but it's like, rewatching the footage when it's already out there.
Right, yeah, which is different than live restreaming.
Yeah, so...
But, I mean, I swear to God these days, that whole etiquette is gone. Like, I don't think anybody asked. I mean, everybody's just like, I'm restreaming this, dude. It's weird.
Yeah, but you know exactly why that is.
Right, yeah.
Because why would we actually care about each other?
Right, yeah.
I'm doing it for my clout. Fuck you.
I only do it when I get permission still.
Yeah, exactly.
Still always make sure that I get permission, so.
Yeah. I'll probably try to reach out to Max, but like, I'd really rather kind of do it afterwards, let him have, like...
Yeah, for sure.
So...
I mean, he could definitely use the views, right? Yeah.
I think it's... now...
No, okay. I know. I'm just being a dork.
I mean, besides the fact that that's fucking hilarious, it's more that also that the more views that his shit actually is going to have, the more it reinforces SNK working outside of Japan for reveals like this.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Even if it's just Max, it's better just Max than just fucking Famitsu and fuck everyone else on the planet.
Yeah, exactly, right. I mean, we know other games that are ignoring America, right? So,
other SNK games.
Oh, okay.
That's like the past 10 years, all reveals are either, hey, this exists now, or Famitsu had it. That's it.
Yeah.
So, the fact that Maximilian, Max, but anyone in the West getting to reveal it.
Yes.
And again, also, it helps that it is someone outside of SNK communities, inherently. If Gibby and Hellpockets reveal something, well, then KOF people are going to see it.
Right, yeah.
If Max reveals something, Street Fighter and Marvel people are going to see it.
Right, and that's the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
why we're not doing it.
Right, so we were talking about that in one of the previous weeks, right? I mean, it makes sense that you need to get the people with the views, because that's one of the toughest things about being content creators, is that if you're a content creator, you're small, your audience already knows. And the whole point is to find people. So that's why people always get mad, why did they give this to this streamer who doesn't like the Twitch Rivals stuff, right? People a lot mad at the Twitch Rivals for Street Fighter V recently. They're like, why is Twitch Rivals these people who don't even play fighting games? Because they don't play fighting games. That's exactly the reason why they're doing it, is because they have an audience and they don't play fighting games, so they bring eyes to the fighting game, right?
So... some of you are going to know a bit of this story. Some of you are going to know what I'm talking about. James is probably not going to be one of them. Invader Zim. You remember that cartoon exists?
I know that a cartoon exists, yes.
Okay.
It's in Nick All-Stars Brawl.
So that cartoon, it ran for a couple of seasons. It was well beloved. And then it just got abruptly canceled. And everyone's like, what? Why? what happened? Your fucking ratings are fantastic. Everything was good. It was well loved. We're buying shit from Hot Topic. Why did you cancel it? Apparently, one of the biggest contributing factors to it being canceled was it was the wrong audience. Because you had teenagers and adults watching it, which means all the advertising was meaningless. All the advertising was for children, but since the viewer base was teenagers and adults, all the advertising was useless. And that is why it got canceled.
Oh, but that makes total sense, right?
But it's one of the biggest contributing factors to the series getting canceled, was that the wrong people were watching it. Not that there weren't enough people watching.
I mean, they could have just tried selling the advertising to the proper audience, but that...
Hey, what are you doing?
Right, that's exactly what I was about to say, you know?
Yeah, but apparently that's one of the biggest contributing factors.
That is crazy.
So when you think about stuff like Twitch rivals and all this bullshit, it's because you want to find new people. Like, KOF is on sale right now. I wasn't even going to mention it because everyone who cares already bought it.
Hey, our KOF audience here. Did you know KOF is on sale right now?
Yeah. Anyone who cares and wants the game already fucking bought it.
Hey, someone did admit that because of us, they bought the Bitmap book.
Goddamn right.
Yeah, we did get one. Bitmap, if you're watching, high five, we got one sale. Yes, there we go.
And I know there's been a few people who have like used our codes to buy stuff from Spec Fiction shops. Awesome.
Yeah.
And there's other things that we're trying to get in the works. Cool.
Right.
But like, there's only so much that I can do before it's like, you already know. You already know. Why am I going to tell you it's on sale? You already bought it if you cared that much.
Right, exactly.
And if you're just here hanging out, cool, thanks, but
oh man.
But yeah, you get, someone like Max. Shit, you get fucking some like RPG streamers. You get guys that play Symphony of the Night. You make them tell me KOF's on sale and be like, the fuck is KOF?
Right,
Then you're off to the races.
Right, exactly.
Now that being said, SNK, I really would like to reveal or play something. I really would like to, but it's like, I get it. But I like stuff. And I would love to mess with new stuff.
SNKronize, I am, influencer supreme here with my 70K followers on Twitter.
JC Hensor.
I mean, the hardest part though is that I have 70K followers, but I've had my Twitter forever. Half of those people probably don't even use Twitter anymore, Whereas you look at someone like Sajam, I think he's like at 80K followers now, and he's been on for a much shorter period of time. So.
Dude, if they let me, if they eventually do a Mary alternate DLC costume and I get to reveal that, I will fucking scream. I am here for it.
Exactly. Oh, dude. I mean, actually, you would be one of the best people to do because, everybody would know and they would get to see the love. So, yeah.
Yeah.
No, Chrissy Rocks, we're probably not going to get anything before Max does his thing, so.
Yeah, I mean, there's a chance. There's a chance that sometime balls late tonight or tomorrow morning they'll do some additional announcement.
I mean, Gyro has the best point. There is a possibility that Max just opens with it, right? That he gets to debut the trailer. Why not? Yeah,
but I mean, I still stand by my joke of what, you didn't like our trailers? Fine, do it your fucking self.
Hey, look, Max, he used to make the KI trailers, so
Dude, and then the assist me for the breakdowns of Marvel 3 characters before they came out.
Yeah, I mean Capcom actually just hired him for that shit, so yeah. Yeah.
So about the Ultimate Mary mod, first and foremost, obviously I'm super stoked with the jacket and the Mary's a Stray Wolves costume and all that stuff. The Real Bout costume, awesome. But I also really want to give the guy who put that mod pack together a huge thank you because he also credited me in the mod pack. So yeah, I'm definitely aware of it.
Because all the Buff Mary stuff is based off of your Buff Mary, right?
Yeah.
So, which was a combination also kind of a work between you and the other guy, right?
So Indigo Rigo is the one who helped me understand how to do all the Mary modding stuff. And then I put together the mod and released it. And then I released a toned down version for more general audiences. And then so that mod pack uses one of mine as the basis for the fit form of the Mary mod pack.
Well, I mean, Duncan, doesn't Whip have one now? Isn't there a Buff Whip now?
So it's not Buff, but it is no main Jack jacket. It looks a lot more like Chiro's character design.
Okay. Got it.
It's a flying insect in here, and I just slapped it.
Okay. I thought you were trying to attack me. I was scared. No, it's scared. Yeah, release the toned down version for cowards. Oh man. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really dig into it. I really like the design more than anything, but
yeah, because I can't remember seeing that mod. I kind of remember that they gave Whip some abs. So.
I mean, good.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
By the way, did we ever get sexy Hydran Leona, or did we only get the Catgirl Leona so far? As a mod.
I have no idea.
SNK heroines, the like hot Leona, the Leona like a hot Hydran with the eye patch and shit. I don't know if we ever got that one, but I know we've gotten the Catgirl Leona as a costume ported over.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I haven't been keeping track, obviously, of the mods and stuff. So.
Honestly, I haven't been keeping track that much either. Like I did my like week or two. I had a grand old time, and then I just got distracted by something else.
Right. I mean, I tweeted out like this cool like Lucia combo at one point in time, and Capcom Fighters liked it, but they didn't retweet it because I was using a mod. So I was like, yeah, I probably should have not done that. But the mod is so cool.
Look, all you know now is that they saw it, and now they know what part of the buying audience wants.
It's true, and it's such an easy costume too because they just put Ken's costume on her.
It is really cool, actually. Yeah.
I mean, because the thing is, like, Ken it's that face, dude. Like, he just doesn't look good. And so when you put that outfit onto Lucia, and then she's still, it just worked, so.
Yeah. But, I mean, that's one thing, like, I mean, I've talked about it before. I'm really kind of curious what SNK's stance is on modding. Right. If it's like Dojin and we just don't talk about it, or if they're like, it's cool, or if they're pissed.
Right.
But, like, it also, I wonder how much this affects their desire to do, like, costumes.
Yeah.
Because, like, well, fuck it, do it yourself.
Well, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, though, is that they have to realize that most people are lazy, and that if it's just built into the game, it's so much,
that and consoles.
Right, and consoles,
if you want to encourage Evo to use the PS4 version, have DLC costumes that you support the tournament with.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Yeah. I mean, right now, Street Fighter V, I've got to imagine is making a killing on costumes because they keep making them. Yeah. Like, clearly the costumes are doing well, dude. So, I feel like that SNK has to realize that they need to just have a team making costumes because that is going to fund your game
print money
for a while. And
look,
and
it'll be great because you print money that much. Eventually, I'll get Adelheid.
The hardest part too is that maybe SNK would be thinking like, well, if we make a costume for one character, we should make equal numbers for everybody. Just
tell that to KOF 14.
Oh, they didn't do it there.
Like 7 fucking characters have costumes.
Okay. Then yeah, don't even fucking bother. Like, seriously, if you just make like 7 Mai costumes and like 6 Leona costumes and make some more Kula costumes.
Just port over all the heroines' costumes.
Yeah,
that's a start.
Just do that and you'll
probably
already
make more money than the game did.
Yes, seriously, dude. I mean, well, that's how you make up the money from KOF All-Stars. It's on DLC sales.
Stick to your guns. Don't give Ramon anything.
Yeah. Ramon doesn't deserve it. No, I'm just kidding.
Ramon doesn't deserve any of the shit we give him. I love Ramon so much, and he's just
man,
Benny with his hair down. That'd be slick.
It was the 9 ending, and not CVS. Oh, okay. But yeah, honestly, there's a lot of seriously, you just put my costumes out there, and you're just printing money. At that point in time, right? Seriously.
It's on the list of the characters that'll just print you money.
Dude.
Yeah, and that's fair. Like, buffing Ramon might turn him into an overpowered character very quickly, and that's totally reasonable. Ooh, yeah. The max impact My Alternate is still a really good call.
But I would love to see like a ice cream shop Kula, right? Like, just make an ice cream shop Kula. Put her in like the Stranger Things 3, the ice cream shop costume kind of things. You've never watched that, yeah? That's fair. No, but that was cool. My favorite thing about that was the girl who was in that role in Stranger Things 3 is actually Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman's daughter. So I think that was actually kind of neat. Didn't know she was into acting. So, but no, honestly. like you said, KOF All Stars has like 1900 costumes already, and you just tweak them a little bit. And
give them some resolution.
Yeah, and that's it. And you're done. And
double your polygons.
Yeah. I'm not as big on female Terry thing, but you know.
The thing is that fuck it, why not?
Yeah, because it'll sell.
Yeah.
It'll sell for sure.
And also, like, Girl Terry was fun as hell in Heroines, so whatever.
Oh, she was her own character, basically? Okay.
Well, I mean, that was the Terry in Heroines.
Yeah. What would be our take on EX characters?
Fucking do it.
What do they mean?
Like, hold start on the character, you get the alternate version, like, you get Fireball
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all day. I mean, and again, the costume I want more than anyone, because I know I'm never getting the character, is give Vanessa a costume that just turns her into Rick Stroud. I'm never getting Rick back.
Right?
I've accepted that, but you know, fucking make it a costume where it's just a fucking boom swapped. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
We were talking about that on stream yesterday, the Rick Stroud thing.
Jesus.
I forgot what the concept, why we got onto that. We were talking about Vanessa and like, you know, I don't remember what the context was anymore, but I started explaining like how I was just like, oh, Vanessa stole Rick Stroud's moves, and you know, oh no, I think it might have been on the Soul Calibur stream that I was talking about it, you know, or something. I don't remember, because Gibby came in here and was like, you know, he kind of was like, yeah, you know, she basically kind of stole it, and then they were like, someone in the chat did one of the spicy takes where they're like, I don't even know if I should say it, but like, you know, white girl stealing Native American. And I was just like, ow.
Still not my favorite semi-offensive joke in that regard I've ever heard.
Oh, man.
Because remember Samurai Showdown?
That's right. Tubo likes it. It was yesterday because Tubo is like, no, you can't hurt mommy. Basically, don't nerf mommy. Basically, you know, kind of thing. So. And
meanwhile, I'm sitting here like, you can nerf Mary. She can take it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you remember like Samurai Showdown, like season 1, the tier list was like Genjiro, then Charlotte, and then it started going from there. And so one of my friends, he played Charlotte for a while, and when I finally like beat his Charlotte, he knew he couldn't win anymore. He picked Genjiro, and he's like, because you know what's gonna have more privilege than a white woman than a man?
I was like, oh my God, Jesus Christ,
Jesus.
Holy crap! All right. On that note, I think we're done here today. We're gonna get. Jesus Christ! We're gonna get shut down here. Oh man.
I mean, if we're going to make the joke about the white women stealing from Native Americans, it's just like,
might as well.
I'll at least let you know that one happened. Some spicy statements.
Woo, okay, yeah. So there you go. Oh man. Okay, well.
Yeah, I'm totally fine with making fun of Charlotte as a carrot. Got that Instagram hair.
Jesus. Okay. Well, anyways, anything else to say?
No.
I think we're done.
But we need to figure out a song to
Oh, yeah.
You know what? I mean, if we're going to do it, we might as well just let Rick Stroud send us off.
Yeah?
Yeah, Real Bout 2, Rick Stroud theme.
Okay. We'll do that.
Nah, we'll do Southtown's team next week. Besides, we might even get new music.
From which one?
Real Bout 2.
Real Bout.
That's the only game he's in.
That sucks. This one here?
Yeah.
Exceed the limit, huh? All right, let's do this.
I'm so fat. Brendan, you're not fat. It's the shirt. I slapped him.
Yo, dude, okay.
That ad was fire.
Nobody could hear it. All right, here we go. Oh, nice. Wait, new music? What's new music?
When we get Team Southtown.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. We'll see what happens, Garo. Just keep an eye on my Twitter and we'll let you know.
Yeah,
keep an eye on SNKronize Twitter.
There is a possibility. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Chance, depending on how lazy you feel and stuff. So.
I mean, I am lazy, but I also am probably going to want to talk about it.
Yeah,
so.
for sure. So, all right, guys. Take care and have a good night. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.